Alongside Holly McPeak and Katie George, what a way to kick off the season.
It's incredible. Here in Nebraska, 4 ranked teams, a lot of young players stepping up in big roles who are going to get tested today.
Could you imagine being a true freshman walking into this arena in front of 15,000 fans for a starting opening weekend? I cannot wait to see what we have in store today.
Yeah, so excited to show you 4 of the top 16 teams in the nation. And all these programs know what it's like to make deep runs in the tournament. We also have the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, who will be in our second match. But let's talk about the stars, because 6 players that you will see today are on the National Player of the Year watch list.
Nebraska middle blocker junior Andy Jackson has been so impressive to start this season. She is hitting at an even better level this year.
Notice Nebraska has 3 players on that list, but I got to go with Olivia Babcock. She was the ABCA National Player of the Year a season ago. She's got a tall task ahead of her if she wants to repeat with a completely new team around her.
Okay, coming up at the top of the hour, the first of 2 amazing volleyball matches. We start with Florida and Pitt. We wrap with Stanford and Nebraska. What a day in Lincoln.
And I'm sure some of those will make our top plays, Hannah.
Yeah,
Let's start
sure
with
they
number
will.
10. Women's soccer. UConn, Texas A&M, Caitlin Richens. I mean, you want to talk about dialing up one from deep. How about that leg on her? UConn would lose, though, 2-1.
NFL preseason. Broncos Saints, 4th and 4 from the 5. Sam Ehlinger steps up in the pocket, retreats, rolls out to his right, throws off the back foot. Check this out. Nicely done. Just flings it into the end zone. Kyrie's Rowan makes a catch for the touchdown.
Hey, number 8, Mets Brave. Jurickson Profar, Starlin Marte makes the catch, and don't challenge him. Do not challenge him. They did, and he's out. Look at that throw. Mets, of course, wanted to 9-2. Great play by Starling Marte. The catch and the throw.
All right, PLL, Water Dogs with Snakes. Water Dogs rookie C.J. Kirst going to work down low behind the back, top shelf for the goal. And you know, you're always going to get into top 10 doing that.
No look.
Yeah, welcome to the top 10, rookie.
Number 6, Creighton, Penn State volleyball. First set, Penn State sends it to the back court. Watch Sydney Brightsinger with the save, and then Sage Demro keeps the point alive. And then Ava Martin with the kill. How about that? Great effort by Martin, by Demro, but Creighton would lose in 3 sets.
Much more of that coming up shortly. All right, NFL preseason, Rams-Browns late in the 4th dresser win to True Edwards. Browns quarterback
nice.
Darius Rush deflects it, but Edwards comes up with the football. A little hot potato there.
Yeah, FCS football, Idaho State, UNLV. Jordan Cook going deep, and Michael Shulikov. Look at that catch. Oh, that is very nice. Idaho State, though, would lose UNLV 38-31.
Bills Bucks preseason action coming in hot at number 3. Shane Luchel finding Tyrell Shavers. One-handed grab for the touchdown. Look at that. Is an absolute beauty. That is number 3.
Number 2, AC Milan and Cremonese. Watch Federico Bonazzoli bicycle kick. I mean,
The bicicleta.
I love the bicycle kick. That is very nice. And Cremonese would win 2-1.
Seahawks Packers, 3rd play of their preseason game. Malik Willis throws a dig, but Ty Okada makes a diving one-handed catch for the interception. Look at
that's
this
pretty.
in slow motion.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's incredible.
That is pretty.
Hung on to the football.
Okay, and they ruled it a catch.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got 2 hands under it. That is the way to make an impression.
Hannah, it all comes down to this. Later today, ABC, all new ESPN app, we've got the Little League Baseball World Series Championship game. Chinese Taipei taking on Las Vegas. That is at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC.
I just can't imagine how nervous the parents are watching that, right?
I know.
The kids are one thing, but the parents, oh my goodness.
And look, one of our coordinating producers, D. Rose, he challenged me. He said, "I bet you can't do the worm." You know what?
What?
If I didn't have this suit on, I would bust it out. If I didn't have the suit on,
volleyball is next.
When it comes to volleyball, there truly is no place like Nebraska. It's the perfect place to start a new season. Some of the country's best teams and brightest stars have gathered in Lincoln for opening weekend and the AVCA First Serve Showcase. Florida's Alexis Stuckey is here. Reigning National Player of the Year, Olivia Babcock, is ready to go. Ready to write a new chapter in what's one of the best sellers in sports.
Her serve is on fire.
Give it to her.
Welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for day 3 of the AVCA First Serve Showcase, day 1 of our coverage on ESPN this season, which will end with the final point in Kansas City at the national championship match in December. Schedule filled with big-time matchups to start the season, including today. Nebraska and Stanford is match 2, Pittsburgh and Florida getting us started. And it's a different look on that Florida bench. Ryan Tice is the Gators' new head coach, and he is replacing a legend. Mary Wise won over 1,000 matches in her 34 years as Florida head coach. No woman has more wins. A 3-time AVCA National Coach of the Year. And the Gators were a perfect 34 for 34 when it came to NCAA tournament appearances. We can go on and on about her accomplishments, but I can see Mary blushing right now because she's standing just to our right alongside Emily Eman. Mary Wise joins our team. Congratulations on a fantastic career in your 5 minutes of retirement. And
That's
welcome
as
to the team.
long as I could take of the retirement. I'm thrilled to be back around the sport, promoting what is so special about this game. It's the players. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, I'm standing next to a player, former player, and the busiest woman in the volleyball business. You've been here all weekend. What's this event been like in this start of the season here, Emily?
There's no sport that does opening weekend better than college volleyball. We have events like this with multiple top 20 matchups, and we get to cap it off here in Lincoln with 2 top 16 matchups. And the most important thing is these games are actually going to have an impact when you think to postseason seeding.
And there are plenty of impact players that we'll be seeing here during this doubleheader here today. A couple that you're keeping your eye on here, Emily.
The biggest one is Pitt opposite Olivia Babcock, the reigning AVCA Player of the Year. She is the most impressive player in the country to me because of her ability to take over a match.
I'm looking forward to watching Andy Jackson, Nebraska's middle. Her arm is so special, and you combine that with her what's called hitting vision, her ability to see the block. She's one of the best all time.
All right, we'll see them in match 2. Adjustments for these 2 teams here because they lost in their opener, Florida and Pittsburgh.
Pitt's got to take care of Florida's middles. They hit nearly 400 against Stanford. Got to do a better job.
I think Florida's all about getting kills out of their middle hitters.
All right, we're excited. We'll be with you all afternoon here in Lincoln, but for now, let's get you down to the court. Courtney Lyle, Holly McPeak, Katie George, Madison Fitzpatrick with the call.
Eric, thank you. Pinnacle Bank Arena has been rocking for 2 days, and we are fired up to be here for day 3 of the AVCA First Serve. All 4 of the teams that you see today played on Friday, so they got a taste of this environment. Courtney Lyle alongside Olympic bronze medalist Holly McPeak, former ACC Player of the Year Katie George. And guys, why wait until December to have a championship atmosphere when you can do it in August?
This is a great platform in front of incredible crowds in Nebraska. A lot of young players get an opportunity for this environment to compete.
Both on Florida and Pittsburgh, we're going to see a lot of new faces, some true freshmen. We've got a lot to learn about these 2 teams. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, we got a few veterans sprinkled in there, and one of those is the setter for Florida, and Alexis Stuckey. 2 seasons ago, we saw her go down with a knee injury, but Holly, she's back.
Alexis Stuckey is one of those special setters. I love to watch her. She's strong. She can reverse flow from anywhere. She's big, and she's got elite feet, which helps keep her team in system, they've got the weapons to be dangerous on Florida's side.
And then, Katie, for Pitt, we're going to see the reigning National Player of the Year in Olivia Babcock.
Well, Court, she's one of the best offensive players in college volleyball. The only problem is everyone in the country knows it, which means opponents do their best to limit her production. On a team with a lot of new pieces, if you're setter Brooke Mosier, you got to find other options for this Pitt offense to score so it doesn't become one-dimensional, because everybody knows the ball's going to Olivia Babcock.
Yeah, and she had an amazing summer. Madison Fitzpatrick on the sidelines for us. Mads, she was one of 2 college players to play with the national team.
And she told me she learned so many things from that USA gym that she's bringing back to Pitt. For example, when they were in Rio and they were playing against Brazil, she said the crowds were loud, the fans were massive, and the pressure was as much pressure as it could be. And she learned there to be calm when she's out of her comfort zone, adding that maybe the biggest lesson of all was self-assurance. She told us she had to repeatedly remind herself over and over again that she deserved to be there. And now coming back to Pitt, she believes it, and that's dangerous.
She absolutely deserves to be there. You talk about a well-rounded player, impressive.
And Olivia Babcock came back with more confidence than ever, and that's scary for the opponent on the other side of the net.
Four of the top 16 teams in the nation, including the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, you will see here today on ESPN. The countdown is on to first serve.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Emily Canaan will serve first for the Florida Gators. Brooke Mosier going backside to her middle, Bree Kelly. Alexis Stuckey going with the back row to Jordan Bird.
Great up by Dukes.
Kira Hudson to the middle of the floor, and Kate, you mentioned it, we're going to learn a lot about these teams because so many changes, starting with Florida. I mean, they have a new head coach in Ryan Tice.
New head coach, you've got transfers coming in to infuse some talent, you've got a lot of freshmen on the court. I am so excited to see what Tice is able to do for the Gators this first season.
Yeah, 11 seasons as the head coach of Marquette, made 10 NCAA tournament appearances there, including 3 regional semifinals, which is like the Sweet 16 in basketball. And then for Pitt, Holly, I mean, the pieces that Pitt lost, a team that has been to 4 straight national semifinals, they lost critical pieces.
They certainly did, and Pitt needs to make sure that they use everybody, run a balanced offense. It can't be one-dimensional, just going to Babcock, because those other players need to compete when it comes to the big matches at the end of the season.
Brooke Mosier, the transfer from Illinois, behind the service line, and with you guys both being setters, I mean, that is so big. They have a new setter. Rachel Fairbanks was the veteran in that position, which is kind of like the quarterback on the floor.
Yeah, quarterback, point guard, whatever analogy you want to use. So when you say goodbye to somebody as decorated as Rachel Fairbanks, there's a lot of learning curve, camaraderie, chemistry that has to be worked out between a setter and her hitters.
Emily Canaan will bump set Jordan Bird on the outside for Florida, getting through that Pitt block. So let's start with this Florida team, guys. From what you saw on Friday in their first match, what do you want to see differently today?
Well, I think they need to serve tougher. That's what head coach Ryan Tice told us. They need to serve tougher. They had 1 ace to 11 errors. They want that number up near 5-6, and they want to be able to get Pitt out of system. They were elite out of the middle offensively. We need to see more of that.
That serve does send their setter on the run. Stuckey diving for it. And Katie, I want to ask you the same thing. What do you want to see differently for Pitt?
Well, I think Pitt struggled in serve receive and passing the ball. That first contact is so important so you could run your offense efficiently. And then they were out of system because that first touch wasn't very good on Friday night. So when you're out of system, your offense becomes very predictable. Dan Fisher wants to see them settle in early here today. Pass the ball well. Give Brooke Mosier all your options.
It's been incredible what Dan Fisher has built with this Pitt program. 4 straight national semifinal appearances. Trying to make a 5th. Only 2 programs have done that, 5 in a row. And there's a point for the Gators.
Jordan Bird has an elite arm on the left side for Florida, number 14 in blue. Out of system play, she takes a big rip at it. Doesn't just try and keep it in play, goes to that corner. finds court.
Love that she learned throughout the course of the point. She gets blocked by Olivia Babcock, who closed off that seam, and then she works around the block in her second contact. That's really good IQ throughout the course of a point.
Yeah, Jordan Bird, number 14 in that blue jersey, started her career at Texas for a couple of seasons. Didn't see much court time, was a part of their national championship team, but back home was the two-time Florida Gatorade Player of the Year. There's Emery Dupes, the libero for Pitt. Stuckey going back to Bird, and Olivia Babcock is there with the block. That is the reigning National Player of the Year.
Beautiful block execution by Pitt. Watch these two players. First of all, Olivia Babcock gets up and over. Great eye work to see where the hitter, Bird, was going on that swing.
Lily Hayes, libero for Florida, scoops up that serve, tipped over by Bird, and just a bit wide, point for Pitt.
I'd love to see Florida work their middles. That's the goal for them. They're going too much to the outside where you've got the big block of Olivia Babcock. Spread the offense, run the gaps if you're Alexis Stuckey, the setter for Florida.
Ryan Tice said he's looking for about 7 kills per set from his middles, so you can tell he wants them to produce.
3-0 run right now for Pitt. Hey, right on cue!
It's like you should be a coach out there.
Alec Roth has an incredible arm. I love the energy she plays with. Watch her drive on the approach. That's a short serve, and she makes herself available. Quick swing, attacking that right back.
Do I owe Courtney a soda, or does Courtney owe me a soda since we
said
had
it
that
at the same
lovely
time?
jinx?
I'll trade you a coffee.
Yeah, no soda for me.
Yeah, Alec Roth, though, I mean, I just remember watching her last season, and you can't ignore her. She made 24 starts for this Florida team, and just so electric and energetic. I think her teammates feed off of that. And Kira Hudson with a nice pass of the bomb serve by Babcock, but it's going to be blocked. Dagmar Moritz for Pitt, one of the newcomers, a freshman for this Pitt Panthers team.
Really great pass by Kira Hudson. But Malritz is all over it. Solo block there. Jones was a little bit late to close, but she just seals off that hole. Excellent press.
A freshman out of the Netherlands. And the ace. I mean, how lethal is Olivia Babcock's serve?
57 miles per hour. You'll see the speed come up off of our bug there below. 57 is what that's clocking in. When I was in college, Holly, anything over 45 of our topspin was considered good. My gosh, she's killing it.
She is.
Yeah, Bolt 6 providing that information for us. Oh. Bird looking down the line, cut it a bit wide.
If she had threaded it, that would have been a heck of a kill.
7-1 run right now for Pitt.
Pitt is daring Bird to go down that line and thread the needle, and that puts pressure on the hitter.
Olivia Babcock told us when she steps back to serve, her mentality, just bomber serve every time.
She does it.
Just a bit long.
And that's the thing, when you're clocking in serves of 50, 60 miles per hour, it's high risk, high reward. And look what she was able to rattle off a couple of points, going a great scoring run for her team. You'll take that error any day.
Carrying a bigger load for this Pitt Panthers, if that's possible, than she did in the past, as last year's National Player of the Year finds a kill. And so Pitt, the first to 10, feeling good in their second match of the season. Man, kicking off opening weekend here for volleyball. ESPN has got you covered all the way through the national championship match. We're just getting started this season of volleyball.
Introducing Avocado's body-hugging, certified organic luxury mattress. Plush and decadent, made with 17 luxurious, supportive layers, including organic cotton, wool, and latex, natural silk and alpaca fibers, and individually pocketed motion-isolating coils for total body support. For sleepers who want the best in natural luxury, add an adjustable base to effortlessly customize your sleep positions. Shop today with Avocado Green, proud supporter of 1% for the planet.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller.
Looking clean, my boy.
We are very excited about this. All new ESPN app is the best way to watch sports. All of ESPN, all in one place with live games, live stats. Plus, you can track your fantasy team and personalize with your favorite leagues, teams, and players. It also means much more volleyball. You can see it on that ESPN app. So excited. We are here in Lincoln, Nebraska at the AVCA First Serve Showcase. Pitt using a 7-1 run to jump out to a 4-point lead here in the opening set against Florida. Florida going backside to Milica Vidicic. And Babcock just gonna have to set this one over. Alexis Stuckey going back to her middle. And we were just talking about it in the break, guys. You wanna see more out of the middle?
Definitely, that's Florida's strength. If they can score out of the middle, that's gonna open everything up. And both middles for Florida have big arms. They're high, a nice window to attack from.
Lily Hayes, the freshman at libero. That different colored jersey, meaning she is a defensive-only player. Backside to Vidicic. And the Pitt block prevails. Blair Bayless over there and Ryla Jones in the middle.
I've been really impressed with the pin blockers for Pitt. They're holding their own on the outside. All blocks, they've been by themselves. The middle has been late closing. So they're doing a nice job setting up and watching where their hitters attacking.
This was a Pitt team last year, 8th in the nation in blocks per set. Such a well-rounded team, too. They were 3rd in the nation in opponent hitting percentage. Defense and offense strong. And there's going to be a net violation on Pitt. That's a point for Florida.
Nice job there by Alexis Stuckey. That was a tight pass to the net. She was able to contort her body to get that ball back to Milica. She was able to work it through that block.
Stuckey's journey has been so fascinating. Number 5 in the blue jersey for Florida 2 seasons ago. Early on in September, a knee injury against Wisconsin sidelined her. Missed the start of last season as she was coming back, and that's when Taylor Parks, their other setter, enrolled early, really stepped up. But now Stuckey's back healthy.
Alexis Stuckey said she didn't have her strength back in her legs to keep a base, and that really is important, your footwork when you're setting. And this year she said, look, I feel back to normal and it feels so much better.
Her last full season, she was an AVCA 3rd team All-American and the SEC Freshman of the Year. Jayla Gus takes the swing from the right side. Kira Hudson tipping over the block. Free ball back to Florida. And Stuckey's trying to get that connection with Jayla Auguste, a preseason All-SEC selection. They run her a 3rd time, there it is.
But what you saw in that first set to Auguste, Stuckey went up and approached it like she was gonna attack to hold that middle blocker, and then she set the slide. She did a really nice job getting Auguste in a one-on-one situation. They weren't able to get the kill on the first set, so she goes right back to her. They're able to hit it. Great job by Stuckey trying to hold that middle blocker.
Jayla Auguste, the SEC Freshman of the Year last year for this Florida team. And there's Bree Kelly out of the middle.
Bree Kelly had a double block in front of her. Bree Kelly started her career at Florida, now facing some teammates, turning around and sharp inside the block. That's not easy to do on a quick set.
This is actually the first time that she has been on the court playing her old team.
I know, which is interesting because you think at some point they would have met in the NCAA tournament, but Bree Kelly's just one of the most efficient middle blockers in the country. I'm glad that she's getting her flowers. She's on the AVCA watch list for Player of the Year.
How about Jordan Bird on the left side for Florida? Beautiful turn inside the block. Dan Fisher on the Pitt side reminding his team where they want to be set up defensively.
Guys, I want to go back to Bree Kelly. We mentioned it briefly, but I mean, she has her right hand wrapped up dramatically, an injured finger, not broken, but she's having to play with that with her dominant hand.
Can you imagine trying to block balls knowing you already have an injury and then taking the impact every time? Because that's her job, is blocking balls at the net.
You can see that cast underneath the tape on her ring finger and pinky. She's got to gut and grimace through it.
Yep, and then you got to wrap it with the padding. You know she wanted to play, though, this weekend. Come on. Babcock gearing up, swinging, dug by Canan.
Nice set.
Lauren Bird had to readjust her approach. Babcock take 2.
Roth on the Florida side of the net, a little bit late to close. You have to have your hands quick over on the opponent's side of the net to stop that quick swing from Babcock.
Here's Emery Dupes. Bird off hands, Jordan Bird.
That's just a nice job right there by Bird, because Florida's out of system with the pass, so there's only one place that it looks like Stuckey's gonna go, and that's the outside. Instead of bearing this ball low at the tape of the net, she goes high hands off those fingertips outside the course of play. Really nice job by Bird.
Mosier pushing it outside to Mauritz. Oh. Wow, so fast out of the middle. Babcock coming in. Dug by Stuckey. Babcock off hands.
And that's a shame, because that's a great block touch by Florida. Just a little bit out of position by Kira Hudson.
The defense had shifted to the right side to take the angle away from Babcock, and that ball went down the line. Both teams doing a nice job in transition.
I felt like that rally was one side threw a punch and then the other threw one right back. Roth in the middle. Babcock saved it with one arm. Bird trying to cut it in the angle. And Alec Roth fired up after that swing.
You can hear Alec Roth communicating with her team the whole time, and then it pops up, she's talking, pops up, says, I got this, takes care of it, open net.
How about Ryla Jones covering herself, though, coming down on the block, one hand like that. Great job.
Dribbling on the tape, Ella Vogel.
Just like she drew it up, you know.
Pays to be aggressive.
Ella redshirted last year. Coming out of high school, she was the #1 player in Colorado. 9 digs and a service ace on Friday against Stanford. Mauritz trying to tag the back line, a bit long.
Got a piece of the block.
Oh, got a piece of that block, yeah.
We watched both these teams practice yesterday, and Dan Fisher was all over his team defensively. And I'm seeing the defensive effort. They're crashing the middle, picking up all sorts of balls defensively.
You know, I really liked how he started practice yesterday. He gathered everybody up. Remember, they had to play Friday night, and then they had an 8:30 a.m. scheduled practice on Saturday. Quick turnaround. He said, look, we're not going to fix everything in this one practice. Take that pressure off. We're just going to work to get a little bit better. It was their first game of the season.
But I think you can see urgency and a little bit of desperation, because both these teams lost on Friday night. They want to leave Nebraska with at least one win over a high-quality opponent.
No touch on that. Point for Pitt. Pitt lost to the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, on Friday. Florida lost to Stanford. Marina Pizzell on the serve for Pitt. Kira Hudson. Blair Bayless putting it away.
Tough serve by Pitt, and they get a tip from Florida. They will transition that one all day long. Kira Hudson coming back from a shoulder injury, trying to find that confidence to take big swings.
You'll notice she's got a wrap on her right shoulder, a sleeve that she's wearing from those 2 shoulder surgeries. Ryan Tice said he wants 7 really high-quality big swings from Hudson. That would show progress that she's working through that rehab and feeling confident in the arm.
Pitt knows that Florida wants to go to their middles. They brought a blocker in to help on that gap set, but Alec Ross still finds a way to score.
He's trying to serve at Bayless. Bayless will get the swing. And Florida's saying, yeah, it'll be a Florida point. I'm not sure it actually touched the block. I think it just went in the net.
Florida attacking Blair Bayless in serve receive number 8 in white for Pitt. They're making her pass the ball and then work to put that ball away.
Serve goes long, and Pitt is the first to 20. We're playing to 25 here in this opening set. So timeout here. We have a timeout at 10 and 20 in the AVCA first serve. They're trying a few new different things in this tournament. Well, the 57th U.S. Open continues tomorrow on ESPN with 12 more hours of first-round coverage starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. ESPN2 coverage begins at 7 Eastern, and as always, you can watch every point streaming live on the all-new ESPN app and ESPN Deportes starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Well, Matt's for this Florida team. Ryan Tice is their new head coach, but he's not a stranger to the Florida program.
No, he's not. He spent time with the Gators as an assistant in 2006 and 7 under Mary Wise. And guess what, you guys? He's not the only Gator in the family. If you were a fan of the Gators in the 90s, then you'll know his wife, Jenny, a 2-time All-American and SEC Player of the Year at Florida. And she was a pivotal piece in the Gators' 3 consecutive Final Fours in the late 90s. Well, in 2006, Mary Wise called up Jenny, her former player, and asked if she was interested in an assistant coaching job. Jenny said, I'm trying to take a step back, but I have this boyfriend, Ryan Tice, who you may want to look into. Fast forward, and Ryan was hired as Mary's assistant coach in 2006. And Coach Tice told me earlier this week that Jenny is over the moon excited to return to Gainesville. And when asked to rate her excitement from 1 to 10, she threw out a whole lot of 10s.
I think Jenny deserves a finder's fee then, Madison. There's just some things that make sense in college volleyball. Ryan Tice returning to Florida to take over for Mary Weiss was one of them. Danny Busboom Kelly returning to Nebraska to take over her alma mater for John Cook when he retired. Those 2 hires just made a whole lot of sense in the college sport of volleyball.
And we asked Ryan, when people watch your team, what do you want them to see? And he said, I want to see a relaxed and fun atmosphere. I want these athletes free to compete, and I'm going to put them in positions to be successful and do that. Florida gets the swing and the kill. Ryan Tice is wearing a mic for us. Let's take you in the Florida huddle.
We get Babcock on the floor, and you guys have done a good job with that. They're going to set left, and they have too much court. Like they've gone line on that twice on a nice easy ball. So just make sure we get 4 hands up in front of it. Get on the ball so that they can't hit outside of you.
Well, there you go. Okay. Ryan Tice got exactly what he wanted from Kira Hudson on that outside pin. Great job by Jayla August to close off that block.
Love it when we can take you in the huddle and then we see it pay off.
Coaches love that even more.
Yes. We appreciate him wearing a mic. Here comes Babcock, and she grabs a piece of the Florida defender. Olivia Babcock now 6 kills, just 1 attacking error, carrying the load for Pitt.
She's been really efficient to start this first set. Pitt overall as an offense has been very efficient, hitting 333 so far, just 2 errors in this first set.
Yeah, they hit 111 in their opener on Friday against Nebraska. Not easy, of course, to open against the #1 team in the nation. Babcock right side. Canan with the dig. Kira Hudson. a soft swing gets the job done.
You mentioned the shoulder. She's obviously tipped a couple times. She took some off there and roll shot it, but just really smart placement with the ball. She's still finding ways to score points for Florida, even though she's not going power all the time.
Well, the important thing is she kept it high. That's a big block in front of her. Keeping it high and not trying to sneak it down low.
So Billy is going to sub in to serve for Kira Hudson. Florida's got to catch up in a hurry. Pitt is just 4 points away from winning set 1. Mosier pushes it back to Babcock. Pretty angle. Great set.
Olivia Babcock turned that one so far inside. That was well inside the 3-meter line. And Jordan Bird is an elite blocker. Puts up a block, but the middle is late. And look at this angle. Beautiful hand contact. Actually caught a piece of the blocker.
Trying to get that connection solidified with her new setter, Brooke Mosier, after first 2 seasons of her career. Rachel Fairbanks was her setter.
Hitter coverage so important. Jayla Gus turned around, looked at her teammates. Cover me. Ball's tight. You have to cover your hitter and recycle that ball.
Each team in this event is just getting 1 timeout per set, and Florida is going to take that here as Pitt needs 2 more points to win set 1. Let's listen in to the Florida huddle.
Push off. Secondary settings tight, great, but we got to hit those out of bounds. Right? Push out, push out. Let's get it. Come on.
Because this Pitt block is so big, if you're Alexis Stuckey right now, especially because we're later in this first set, when you get a good pass, you got to be really good with your location as a setter. You don't want to set your hitters tight, because then that puts them in a no-win situation. You almost feel like you're in a closet, right, with nowhere to go against this block. So give them a foot or 2 off the net and let them work around the block.
Agreed, and what we saw Friday night from Alexis Stuckey, she's not afraid to call her own number. They're in a hitting rotation where they've only got 2 hitters in the front row. Stuckey can attack as well.
Stuckey goes to Bird. Free ball back to Florida. Got all 3 options, and she goes with Jayla August.
I don't think Jayla August really liked her hand contact on that slide, but you know what? Sometimes mishits fall in the donut in the middle of the court, you'll take it.
Yeah, we've seen them in this early set. Jayla August and Alexis Stuckey trying to work through some connection things. Alex passes the serve, backside to Babcock. Olivia Babcock has her 8th kill in set point Pitt.
I think that's just a heads-up play by Olivia Babcock. Jayla Gus puts a nice serve back for Florida, but then she's the right back defender. Sometimes middle blockers don't defend at a high level. So if you're Olivia Babcock, why don't you test Jayla Gus? Jayla Gus got a platform on it, just couldn't keep it in the court of play. Now I'm going to have middles in my Twitter.
Challenge accepted, said all the middles. And Olivia Babcock tooling the block for her 9th kill. That gives the opening set to Pitt 25-19.
What a great start by Babcock. 8 kills, just 1 error, 17 attempts. It looks like she's going to be well above 50 attempts when this afternoon is all set and done. Dan Fisher's got to like the way that his team started this first set. We've got more action coming back from Nebraska.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
What's happening at Papa John's? Buy 2 large 1-topping pizzas, get them both for just $9.99 each. And it's only for a limited time, all right? We're making you 2 large 1-topping pizzas for $9.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Welcome to the American Volleyball Coaches Association, where champions are made. Join a community of more than 10,000 volleyball coaches from all levels of the sport and take part in premier events like the AVCA Convention, which is held each December. Elevate your game by becoming a member of the AVCA.
Coach here. Nobody has more sports content than the all-new ESPN app. Nobody. The NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, the U.S. Open, the NFL, college football playoff, all of ESPN, all in one place.
That was a rocket. Little League World Series Championship today on ABC, Disney Plus, and the all-new ESPN app.
Someone a long time ago had an idea that we could change the way we do things. What if you had over 30,000 big thinkers and believers behind you and $1 billion in research to make it happen? With a will that never quits in a city connected to everything. Well, you'd probably find yourself doing something truly incredible.
Pitt got 9 kills from the reigning National Player of the Year, Olivia Babcock, and they take the first set 25-19. When looking at the connection between her new setter, Brooke Mosier, and Olivia Babcock, what did you guys think in that first set?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, Pitt sided out at 75%. That's a good number. And the connection was there. Babcock very effective.
I like the tempo you saw from Mosier with her sets, the speed of which she set it to Babcock, and then she also still got her high enough. You can go fast but high to give Babcock all the angles that she wants. I mean, look at her from the service line alone. She went on a great serving run at the very beginning of the match. She got it done at the net blocking, but then back court, her attacks and then in the front row are just so difficult to defend against because she can move it around and spray it so well. I thought Mosier did a nice job setting her up for success in that first set.
And Pitt was able to hit 393 in that first set. Remember, on Friday in their opener, they only hit 111, so over 200 points better in their second match of the season. And it's not a surprise that Olivia Babcock is carrying a big load, especially with the departure of outside hitter Tori Stafford, who transferred to Texas.
We expected it, and Pitt has new players on the court who have been in the States for a week, so they're trying to find their rhythm offensively, and in the meantime, Olivia Babcock, her consistent, amazing self.
It was obvious for Florida they were trying to go to the middle more.
Which, when you have the pass, the middle is one of the hardest positions to defend against as a backcourt defense and a block because the tempo is so fast. So when you have the pass, go with a high efficient set, which is to your middles.
I thought Florida passed the ball well enough to run their middle more, to be honest with you.
Agreed. Stuckey needs to push it a little bit more.
Hayes with a nice serve and a point for Florida, Madison.
I was just listening in on UF's huddle, and they said passing's really good. That's on lock, but we really need to key in on Olivia Babcock. Middles have to work really hard to get there and close. That could be the difference maker. And looking at the stats, she had 9 kills in that first set, hit 471. Next highest had 2.
Yeah, Mads, hitting 471, that is a monster number. Blair Bayless trying to tip through the Florida block and does.
I also think it's important to mention with Madison, when you're a middle blocker and you're having to work so hard to go block against somebody like Olivia Babcock, that obviously takes precedent and your focus. You got to continue to transition and be a factor offensively, but it's a lot of responsibility for these Florida middles right now.
Izzy Maston, the freshman who enrolled a year early, just served for Pitt. Vidicic gets a touch.
Milica Vidicic is high contact point and hits that flat high off the hands. Really smart swing on that play. And Florida's had a hard time getting her going. She had a really good night Friday night for them.
Yeah, 10 kills for them, 4 digs, 5 blocks as a freshman. And guys, she arrived 2 weeks ago. And look at Florida starting this set off after dropping the first set 4-1.
An aggressive serve right there helps create a point-scoring opportunity for Florida.
Milica Vidicic out of Serbia. Duke's trying to control it. Stuckey with one hand to a gust. That's all she could do. Mauritz.
Nice swing there, going 4-4 by Mauritz. Lily Hayes was in good position, but I think she just thought Kira Hudson was going to take that first contact, so she wasn't quite there. I've actually been very impressed with Lily Hayes. It's hard, and you don't see it often, when a true freshman steps in to be your starting libero or your starting setter. Lily Hayes has not missed a beat for this Florida team.
One of the things Ryan Tice talked about Lily Hayes, he goes, look, she's not afraid to step in and assert herself. That's not easy to do as a freshman.
She comes from an athletic family. Her mom, Nell, played soccer at UNC, was only a 3-time All-American and a 3-time national champion, and she was an assistant when they won a national championship, too. So,
okay, so you're saying there's a lot of trophies in that household.
I am saying that.
Wow.
Right to the back corner, Malritz.
Malritz, impressive deep corner swing. Number 19 in white. First of all, starts with a pretty good pass, but the libero steps in, hand sets that ball. That's something Dan Fisher talked a lot about. If our setter has to bump set the ball, somebody else step in and put a hand set up. So much better to hit offensively.
And she gets up, 9.5 feet to hit that ball. Pretty impressive. Thanks to bolt 6, we know that.
Jayla Auguste for Florida just does not get on top of that ball. She had an opportunity. Needs to make sure she stays behind the ball so she can snap on top.
I'm really glad these metrics and technology didn't exist when I played.
Yeah. I'd love to know, a lot of things about you.
Would have been.
So we can kind of push our numbers a little higher.
Yeah, I was 5'11" on paper.
Yeah. On a good day, like when you first get up in the morning?
Yeah, 5'9" flat-footed, so don't tell anyone.
If Holly had bolt 6 when she played, I mean, you'd be checking the numbers at the end of every set.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not. I
Miss
just like
competitive
winning.
over
I don't
here.
care about stats. I just want to win.
And you did that very, very well.
Great job.
How about Jayla Auguste? I love when middle blockers take pride in their serve. I feel like it's been a trend the last 5-6 years. We saw Asia O'Neal of Texas dominate a final, but Jayla Auguste really put some heat on that ball straight down that line. Tough to pass.
Middles are at such a good advantage because of the
contact.
vantage point of their contact, and so that's why she's able to get on this ball.
Just a bit long on her after the ace follows it up with the service error, and she will rotate out. Florida dropped the opening set, but jumped out to a 4-1 lead here in set 2, and it's been Pitt playing catch-up. Look, Pitt's hitting 333 in this set, but Florida's hitting 500.
Really efficient start. Great response from Florida. Oh,
beautiful. To the floor from Bird.
I love that feed from Stuckey, pushing it out with tempo to Bird. And if you watch the Pitt block very late, there's a huge hole, and Bird makes them pay.
Now, Brooke Mosier is not small by any means, but she is in the front row for Pittsburgh. She's about 6 foot. So if you're Alexis Stuckey, be looking to go to Bird a couple of times so she can key in on the setter.
Bayless off hands. Stuckey goes backside to Vidicic, and she is blocked by Pitt.
I think Alexis Stuckey can push that ball higher and wider to allow Vidicic to go up and battle. That ball, she just has no line to attack. She tries to, and Blair Bayless all over it. But if it's high, she can at least go high and flat off the hands.
Mallory Meyer. Bird with the tip over that block.
Alec Roth, the middle blocker for Florida, drops her left hand, takes the angle away from Pitt. Beautiful Florida block.
Alec Roth had to play some in the opposite last year for Florida at the beginning of the season because Kennedy Martin was out with an injury early. So now she's getting to full-time train in the middle in her sophomore year.
Just speaks to her overall versatility that they can move her along the front court and she can play in any position.
And Kennedy Martin was the incredible All-American at Florida. Big news in the offseason, transferred to Penn State. We saw them yesterday get a win over Creighton at this event.
I had to do a double take walking through the VOM. Kennedy Martin passed me. I'm like, wait, what are you doing in a, oh yeah, Penn State jersey.
Yeah.
That's a new look. So Ella Vogel jumped the gun a little bit. We didn't have a whistle from the up official, so she's reserving. And now Dan Fish wants to make sure his lineup is in the right spots.
for Pitt, they're still trying to figure it out. 3 new passers in the lineup, just trying to get used to the rotation.
Bree Kelly stepped in to hand set that. That's exactly what Dan Fisher wants. If you got to take the second ball, he wants you to use your hands. Kira Hudson. Hayes to Vidicic, was trying to go high hands, but sailed it. You guys, we still haven't seen Kira Hudson take those big rips from the outside for Florida.
We have not, and Pitt defensively is doing a fantastic job crashing into the middle. They start on the perimeter of the court, and they gobble those balls up, and that's something they worked on yesterday at practice.
It's interesting, the serving situation with Pitt, because you know Olivia Babcock's got that big serve. They're trying to figure out who else can do the big float serve, jump serve for them. Florida the first to 10 points. So in this event, that means we got a commercial break. Gators up by 3.
Elevate your game this season at Dick's. Score the latest gear from the best brands for football, soccer, volleyball, and more. Plus, choose from thousands of cleats from Nike, Adidas, Jordan, and other top brands. Shop in-store or Dicks.com to make it your best season yet.
At Chomps, we create snacks for people who are hungry to get the most out of life, who only accept the highest quality. Because real life demands real ingredients. We make snacks that don't take shortcuts. With grass-fed and finished beef, 0 sugar, and up to 12 grams of protein. When life challenges you, take bigger bites. Chomps, take bigger bites. Learn more at chomps.com.
Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Grayscale has been guiding investors on their crypto journey for over a decade. Invest in your share of the future.
My hair started to thin, and I took a pharmaceutical drug that caused severe side effects such as sexual dysfunction. Nutrafol is a drug-free supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/man.
Here are just some of our Labor Day weekend college football games. We start Thursday on ESPN with number 25 Boise State and USF, followed by Nebraska, Cincinnati. Deion Sanders in Colorado hosts Georgia Tech Friday night, and an ABC triple header we have for you on Saturday, including that 3:30 game, Alabama, Florida State. Katie, you're on the call for that one?
I am. Mad's alma mater. We'll see if Florida State can respawn, bounce back after what was a pretty underwhelming 2-10 season a year ago.
Every game available on the all-new ESPN app. We're back here in Lincoln at the AVCA First Serve, day 3 of competition. Our first of 2 matches today. Pitt won the first set, but Florida's been in control this set, and Olivia Babcock was looking for a swing. She found it.
I was going to say that was the first swing for Olivia Babcock in the second set, and Florida's up 10-8.
She had 9 kills in the first set. Don't forget, coming up 30 minutes after this game, we'll see the number 1 team in the nation, Nebraska, battle the team with the most championships, Stanford.
Alexis Stuckey that time pushed the ball flat and wide, allowing Kira Hudson to turn it down the line.
With this just being the second match of the season, we're still seeing both teams, all these teams, trying to figure out the connections, their setters, their hitters, getting in a flow with each other. And then we're asking them to do it against some of the best teams in the nation.
And that's the great thing about this event is even if you take a loss or 2 out here in Nebraska opening weekend, these losses aren't going to hurt your overall record in RPI when you go into the NCAA tournament. This is a great learning lesson for all of these young teams and young pieces, freshmen, transfers, whoever it may be. These coaches on the sideline, Ryan Tice, Dan Fisher, they're learning a lot about who they've got on their roster today.
Good point, Katie, but none of these programs like to lose.
Yeah.
Pitt, over the last 5 seasons, has been the winningest program in the country. They do not like starting their season with a loss.
They've been 4 straight national semifinals. Trying to be the 3rd program to make it 5 in a row. Olivia Babcock reigning National Player of the Year and a member of the USA National Team this summer. That goes wide. Florida's up 13-9, going 25. It's their largest lead.
Dan Fisher's asking the head official, why was the net moving?
Could have been one of the many long ponytails
yes, true.
that we're seeing today.
Hair in the net is okay. Anything else, not okay.
I love when Fisher looks up into the stands just in disgust.
I think it's pondering things.
He is pondering a lot.
Stuckey gets a swing, the setter. Babcock goes roll shot. Jordan Bird, blocked by Babcock. Now Ritz. Jayla Agost, what a save by Izzy Maston. She's 17, enrolled a year early. This has been the best rally by far. Bird off hands.
Great block touches by both teams.
Riley Jones can't terminate out of the middle. Bird dug by Dupes. What a rally.
These teams are figuring out one another and in good spots defensively. Incredible pursuit by Maston into the side of the court, but they can't bring it back.
Yeah, Izzy Maston, they were talking about her coming in early in January, but Dan Fisher said, you know, it would be great to have some extra help in the DS spot to compete at the libero position. So she said, don't worry, I'll just come a year early.
No problem.
And then Izzy Maston, when she got to college, she asked why there were no open gym options on the weekends. And all the older girls are like, what the heck? But 5 days was not enough for her. And that saving play that she just almost made, she dove really far into the benches. Really impressive all-out effort.
Absolutely. Her mom played volleyball at Purdue, so that competitive spirit right in her.
She also grew up on a farm, had to wake up at 5 a.m. She was on chicken duty, had to get the eggs and do all that before school. So grew up with a nice work ethic.
I think I'd rather be on chicken duty than cow duty. You know what I mean?
I agree. That is the better duty, if you will. Pitt takes its only timeout of this set. Florida's on a 4-0 run right now. What do you like most about the Gators at the moment?
Well, I think they're making good plays, hustling defensively. I like what they're doing, but they've been able to get some players going offensively, and that's been the key.
I think they're also doing a really nice job from the service line. So they're forcing Pittsburgh, like we saw a lot on Friday night, out of system. When you're out of system, your offense becomes very predictable. You know where the setter is going to set the ball, so you can set up your block earlier and often. I think they're doing a nice job with their first contact at the service point. They had a couple errors from the service line in set one. We've seen those limited today.
Yeah, and they're causing Pitt to hit 0 in this set. Remember, Pitt hit 393 in the first set. Mads, what was Pitt talking about in that last timeout?
Well, Coach Dan Fisher was obviously very intense. He said, where is the intensity? When's the last time we 1, 2, 3?
The dives we've seen from that freshman already, impressive. Now Ritz has to hustle to get it back over. Alexis Stuckey is going to take a swing. this long. You guys love seeing a setter jump up and take a rip?
Well, it's important when you're in the front row to be an offensive threat so the defense cannot key on you, but look at that swing just wide. Moritz saw the opening, just couldn't hit it in the court.
Boltzik giving us that look. We're lucky to have it here this weekend for the AVCA First Serve event.
Great serve, my gosh. Love to know the pace on that one.
Second ace by Jayla August, really impressive. It's high and flat, and you talk about a middle blocker, they're high point of contact, so it gets on top of you quickly.
This Florida team took an off-season trip over to Europe, and Ryan Tice told us that trip was just huge for Jayla August. Back to back! Drop it in!
And she's got a fantastic ace dance afterwards.
I love it.
Style points for that, Jayla August. 3 aces for number 4 in blue.
Growing up, she went to Florida volleyball camp, and it just felt like home, so there was no question she wanted to be a Florida Gator, was the SEC Freshman of the Year last year. And they're just rocking and rolling with her serving.
Florida playing light, having a good time, and their numbers show in this second set, up 18-11 on Pittsburgh.
A 9-2 run for the Gators right now.
There's no better feeling when your middle goes back there and just bombing serves and aces.
Babcock will try to end the run. Says Jordan Bird. Florida the first to 20.
How about Jordan Bird? Solo block on the left side. Olivia Babcock is not easy to stop out of the back row. Watch this technique, up and over, straight down. Florida up 20-11.
Sheesh!
I got the energy that make you wanna move. I got the chemistry that puts you in the...
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea.
A lot better.
Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
Word on the street side, make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
That unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite treatment, get itch relief fast and skin clearance that lasts with Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
The all-new ESPN app is here, and for the best experience, all you need to do is follow these 3 simple steps.
First, you'll need the ESPN app on your connected TV or favorite device. If you have it, open it up. If you don't, download it now. Next, click on the live event or ESPN show you want to watch. Then choose your TV provider and log in. You're all set. It's all of ESPN, all in one place. Go to support.espn.com to learn more.
And on that all-new ESPN app, you'll be able to see all kinds of volleyball matches. We've got you covered through the national championship match in December. Right now, Florida on a 10-2 run with Jayla August, the middle, behind the service line. And the timeout ends the run, but they jump out to a big lead. And remember on Friday, Pitt had that second set against Nebraska where they just looked totally uncharacteristic.
Yeah, after losing the first set to Nebraska, they came out really flat, but responded in the third. But for some reason, a letdown in the second set for Pitt.
It's interesting. You're not used to seeing somebody win the first set and then have this drastic of a letdown. You know, Dan Fisher, Madison told us from one of the huddles, we need intensity, we need some urgency. Let's see if they can go on a run here.
They hit almost 400 in the first set. In the second set, they're hitting 0. Bayless dug up by Hayes. Dupes saves it. Here comes Babcock.
Great save.
One arm save by Hudson. And Bird wants hands, they're gonna get it.
So many good digs in that rally. It started with a Pitt dig from Olivia Babcock, but Kira Hudson, wow.
Dan Fisher having a conversation with his setter, Brooke Mosier. He wants something a little bit different. Hard to tell what exactly he wants, but you know, in practice yesterday, he was all over Mosier. Want a little bit better of a performance from her today.
And they're trying to figure out their relationship piece. The setter and the head coach, she's a transfer from Illinois.
He demands a lot from his players, but especially his setter.
And Dan Fisher told us that, look, we weren't communicating. We need to get on the same page, and it takes more than one match. They've been together for 2 weeks.
Stuckey just picked up the ace for Florida. 5 aces for the Gators today. Bayless coming in. Swinging hard.
If you're Pittsburgh, you just want to gain a little bit of momentum going into set 3. Obviously, we don't think that Pitt's going to be able to mount a comeback. Crazier things have happened, never say never. But in this instance, you just want to gain some momentum that you can carry over and regroup in the break.
Stuckey calls on Alec Roth. Mosier has to bump set Bayless, finds some open court. She's got 5 kills.
Blair Bayless came in last year a lot for Pitt when they needed a big swing, and look at her rip that one corner inside the defense of Florida.
Great setup defensively by Florida. Where that ball landed, that tells you that the block wasn't sealed and closed. That spot on the court shouldn't be able to be hit if your block is in the right spot.
So wiping up a little moisture on the Florida side of the court. Florida trying to even up this match at 1 set apiece. Lauren Harden is in the game on the left side, number 24 in blue for Florida. Bayless and Kelly team up for the block.
So it looks like they're going to leave Harden on the outside and Jordan Bird on the right side for this rotation.
Harden has to readjust her swing. Hey, doesn't matter.
Tempo was a little bit off, set was pretty high. She started her approach a little bit maybe too soon, so that connection was off. A great job by her, just kind of hanging in the air, roll shotting that ball to the donut. She gets killed.
She's out of Fishers, Indiana. We saw her for 1 set on Friday, just a sophomore, made 14 appearances last season, but Ryan Tice told us last week she had her best week of practice. She looked really good. And so now Harden on the right side. She can swing from either side. Kira Hudson's going to get that block.
Ryan Tice liked his size on the pins, and Lauren Harden was going to be the first off the bench on the left or the right. But this is all Kira Hudson using her length at the net to stop Bree Kelly.
So you see Lauren Harden essentially come in for Milica Vidicic on that right side pin.
It is set point Florida. They get it on an ace. How fitting in a set where their serve was so tough.
And that was the difference, Courtney, in set 2. Great job from the service line. It puts Pitt on the ropes. 5 aces this set alone. That's a big difference in the score.
Ryan Tice is with Madison.
Coach, good pressure from the service line in that second set. How was that the difference maker, or what was the difference maker between
20% serve? I mean, we came out, I think our 4th, 5th, and 6th serves went like miss serve, backspin easy, and it was side out, you know. So to get some pressure on it was great. I'm glad we turned that around.
Thanks, Coach. Courtney?
Florida comes out to even up this match. It was a big 10-2 run that jumps them ahead in set number 2. And now we're tied at a set apiece here in Lincoln.
We welcome you to college football in the ACC.
Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
We are here, and we're going to see all these great people.
And we're ready to rock, guys.
Down the sideline, touchdown!
Man, that's what you dream of playing, is playing games like this.
ACC Network, your home for ACC football.
That unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite treatment, it makes you resourceful. Not just a ruler, it's a back scratcher. So when eczema's out of hand, show it who's boss with Get itch relief fast, as soon as 48 hours, and get clear skin that lasts. Nemluvio works like nothing before, treating eczema at its core. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. It's the first treatment of its kind that calms the nerves that make you itch, soothes inflammation, and restores skin barrier. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Get over your itch fast and get skin clearance that lasts. Ask your dermatology specialist about Nemluvio today.
Welcome to the American Volleyball Coaches Association, where champions are made. Join a community of more than 10,000 volleyball coaches from all levels of the sport and take part in premier events like the AVCA Convention, which is held each December. Elevate your game by becoming a member of the AVCA. Two sets in the books, heading to set 3 in just a moment. It is Pitt and Florida even at a set apiece in game 1 of 2 here at the AVCA First Serve. Eric Fried, Emily Eman, Mary Wise with you. All Pittsburgh in set number 1, all Olivia Babcock, but then Florida never trailed in set number 2. What was the difference, Mary?
Well, Ryan talked about the serving, but what great serving does, it leads to blocks. Florida had 4 blocks in that set. You get 3 in a set, you got a chance they had 4.
The biggest thing that Pitt needs to do is find a way to get Olivia Babcock going. You have a player that had 9 kills and hit nearly 500 during the first set, only 2 kills in that second set. The biggest reason, Pitt needs to do a better job of staying in system. They were near 50% in system set 1. That's a good number. Down to 30% set 2. So if you can get in system and get Babcock going in system, that Pitt team is lethal.
You know, one thing that I think Katie mentioned during the match was about that urgency. I know we're only the second match of the season right here, but you don't want to leave Lincoln 0-2 on the season in this showcase.
No, but a loss, you have plenty all season to make up for a loss. You get nothing but good things from this experience.
All right, let's head downstairs. Madison, Dan Fisher getting caught up.
Coach, what do you think about the offensive performance in that second set?
Of who? Theirs or ours?
Yours.
We were not nearly as good offense in the first set as we were in the first, partially because our passing broke down. We didn't pass as well. But mostly I felt like we had some chances to really be up early, and we were pretty sloppy. We let them get comfortable, and they took advantage.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Courtney.
It'll be interesting to see the response from Pitt because they had a nice response when they dropped set 2 on Friday and played a little sloppy. That pass so important. I mean, you can't have Olivia Babcock, the player of the year in the nation, hitting 0.
Well, you talked about the serve and pass game. Florida stepped up. Their side-out numbers were 75%. They pass well, they serve well, they block well, and the numbers completely flipped after the first set. They were completely in Pitt's favor.
We talk about being in system and out of system all the time in college volleyball. It is a massive part and aspect of the game. When you are in system and you have 3 to 4 attackers at your disposal, you are so hard to stop. When you are out of system and struggling to pass, you become one-dimensional and easy to read. So why does Florida have 4 blocks in set 2? It's because they forced Pitt out of system. Even when they set Olivia Babcock, everybody in the gym knew where the ball was going in those moments. Makes you easier to block. So I'll be very curious to see how Pitt settles in this back row serve-receive formation. Let's see if they can put it right on top of Mosier's head.
Both of these teams playing their second match of the weekend. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. We will at least play 4 sets since we split the first 2. Yeah, that's going to be a double contact on Olivia Babcock.
That is the perfect example of what it looks like to be out of system. Not a great first contact out of serve receive, so you've got to bump set the ball out to Olivia Babcock. Florida knows exactly where it's going, so that block sets up early, and then you get a block, and then they're unable to work themselves out of it.
Emily Canan. Just long. I'm interested too, guys, because they lost those key pieces, those veterans. Leadership-wise, Pitt's trying to figure that out, right? With new faces, new pieces.
Definitely. Here you see that line-to-line serve just go long. But yes, definitely trying to find their voice. We know Bree Kelly and Olivia Babcock are experienced and vocal, but they need some more leadership in the backcourt in serve receive.
And again, we said Dan Fisher's learning a lot about his players. These girls are learning a lot about their teammates, who they're playing alongside of out on the court throughout the course of this weekend. This is such a pivotal and helpful moment for both of these teams in terms of learning new things and how to play alongside one another.
Marina Pizzell is in the lineup right now for Pitt, number 10 in white. Mauritz with a power swing from the left.
When you can pass the ball and put it up towards the net, good things happen. Quick fastball out to the pin, and Pitt's able to score. One thing Pitt has not been able to do today is get Bree Kelly going, and she was one of the highest hitting percentages in the country last year.
Bree Kelly is on the AVCA National Player of the Year watch list, and she has 1 kill. Not on the floor right now, just rotated out. And by the way, on the Pitt side, Izzy Maston has taken over the libero duties. She has put on the libero jersey. You can switch liberos in between sets. You also are allowed to use 2.
And if your passing's breaking down, you want to make a change there. And Izzy Maston is an elite athlete. She jumps like 40 inches. Good on the hard court as well as the beach.
She was 65% positive pass in the preseason. What's a good percentage for a passer? Where does that rank?
That's a good number.
Yeah.
Anything above 60%.
You know, Dan Fisher told us throughout preseason camp that between Emery Dupes, who was in the libero jersey the first 2 sets, and Izzy Maston, it was such a tight competition because both girls were neck and neck and fighting for that jersey. Really interesting that he decides to make a change mid-match like this and go with Maston.
And they won't use 2 in this set. Emery Dupes has her normal jersey on. Babcock out of system swing. And I think Stuckey, just a misconnection there with Bird.
Stuckey did not put enough tempo on that set to get out to Bird, and Bird was already in the second step of her approach.
Bird was real early.
She was early, unless that was supposed to be a go ball, but in that situation, probably not.
All right, can Pitt gain some momentum with Babcock serving? They did that in the first set. She helped them to a 7-1 run. Get the block, get the point.
I feel like Jordan Bird can wait a little on her approach. Her setter, Alexis Stuckey, is on the run. Give her a little time to lift that set, and then Jordan Bird is not on the way down, but here you see her on the way down and the block is ready for her.
Oh man, that's pretty.
Oh boy, a couple of misconnections here between Stuckey and Bird. And you know, we talk about Pittsburgh being out of system. That's 2 balls in a row that you've seen Alexis Stuckey have to run forward so you know exactly where the ball's going, which allows Pittsburgh's block to get set up. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. If Bird thought she should have gone behind Stuckey, that she was going to just throw it up behind her head.
Well, I think they're both trying to adjust, right? Jordan Bird's been early, so Stuckey tries to go lower, and Bird is waiting. Both of them adjusting, and it's not working out.
And it's the worst time to have misconnections when you've got Olivia Babcock back serving.
And Babcock picks up the ace to put Pitt on a 4-0 run. And maybe that's the momentum grabber we talked about with Babcock behind the service line. We asked her, tell us about your serve and like what you're thinking. Yeah, she wants to bomb it. It's been such a mental battle for her is what she said.
It is. Well, you think about it, it's hard to be that aggressive every time and just be fearless. But she says when she's in that flow state and really going up and ripping it and not being tentative, that's when she's her best.
And what's difficult about a topspin serve, when you're float serving, your toss is so short. Your toss to contact is so quick, so there's not a lot of room for error. But when you're top spinning like Olivia and you're as high in the air with your vertical like Olivia, there's a lot of room for error, so her toss has to be on point. If it's not, then she's adjusting in the air in real time, which also is a difficult thing to do, but why she's so good and effective with this serve.
She's got 8 points off of her 12 serves in this match with a couple of aces. Set the single season ace record last year for Pitt with 71.
Nice pancake.
It's from Kanan. Better swing from Bird. Maurits off hands.
Good job by Roth.
And Ryla Jones gets the block.
Ryla Jones patrolling the net really good laterally to get out and close. And lately, Pitt's done a really good job defensively blocking on Jordan Bird.
If I'm Alexis Stuckey, I want to pass in my vicinity so that I can try to get the ball to Alec Roth. Because right now, Jordan Bird, it's not that she's struggling, but she's been put in some really difficult situations on that outside pin. Give her a breather.
5-0 run for Pitt.
Whatever, take the miss hit. It's a little bit tight of a set. Get out. You side out and go back and serve. If I'm Jordan Bird, I'm like, thank you very, very much.
Florida spreading the offense, going Alec Roth on that right pin, opening things up for the side out.
That ends the 5-0 run and gets Olivia Babcock off of the service line. That's good news if you're Florida. Jones going behind the setter, dug by Hayes. Maurits to the middle of the floor, one-handed up. Lily Hayes is crushing it in this rally. So is the freshman Izzy Maston. Free ball back to Pitt.
Okay.
Brooke Mosier rips it.
Set her over on 2.
And a left-handed swing from number 17 in white. The first one we've seen today. It is great timing. No blocker on her. She takes advantage of open net.
Free ball situation, you get a perfect pass tight to the net. That's the prime opportunity to turn it and burn it.
Dagmar Maurits back to serve.
Interesting, Tice has gone back to Milica Vidicic on that right-hand pin instead of Lauren Harden, who we saw at the end of set 2.
And number 10 in blue for Florida. Free ball to Pitt, they're on a 6-1 run. Ryla Jones make it 7-1.
Another good sign for Pitt. They're getting their middles involved. We talked about Bree Kelly, one of their best offensive threats, and she's only hitting 0. But Ryla Jones, big point there for Pitt.
Pitt regrouping. Olivia Babcock sparking them from behind the service line. And Pitt right now extending their lead here in set number 3. They're up 10-4.
The chemistry that puts you in the mood. You be dancing if you walked in my shoes. If you don't know how.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. I'm my bestseller.
Get it, girl.
Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Grayscale has been guiding investors on their crypto journey for over a decade. Invest in your share of the future.
A Another day in the finance department. Wait, did we pay this already? 6070 airfare, 6040 meals and entertainment. Receipts, expense reports, invoices, purchase orders. What's that? Ramp? Cards with built-in policies. Expenses that submit themselves? Look at it go. Okay, what does it code automatic? Oh. We're fixing the parts of finance you hate. Ramp. Love finance.
Well, 2 more historic programs in the building here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. We will see Stanford, who has more national championships than any other program, take on a Nebraska team who is #1 in the nation. Harper Murray looking better than ever in her junior season. Both of those teams got wins on Friday when we saw them in this arena. That's coming up about 30 minutes after this match finishes. Courtney Lyle, Holly McPeak, Katie George, and Madison Fitzpatrick with you from Lincoln at the AVCA First Serve opening weekend for volleyball. Katie, let's go back to a few points ago, how Pitt is able to grab some momentum here.
Yeah, I really like that Brooke Mosier was aggressive. She turned it on second contact, hit the ball over, attacked, really nice job. But then she was able to go back in the next point and set Ryla Jones in the middle, get her involved. But by attacking on the previous point, she holds the block, which allows Ryla Jones to go up and be effective out of the middle. Great job there from the service line by Mauritz. But I just really like when the setter is active and aggressive, it bodes well and helps the hitters be able to go up and be successful.
A 9-1 run right now for Pitt. Did that go off of Ryla Jones's face?
It did, and just wish your forehead was slanted a little bit so it would have gone into the court of play. Yeah. But, you know, you can only do so much.
It's not something you can train.
That's the 6th kill for Alec Roth. She's been the most active of all the middles on the court for both teams. 6 kills on 14 swings.
Serve sales on Ella Vogel. It's so wild. Second set, we saw Florida's serve game propel them forward to a win. And now Pitt's serving has helped them jump out to this lead in set number 3.
Serving's a crucial part of the game. You want to get the team out of system, and non-perfect pass, become predictable, help your defense score points.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Kira Hudson.
I love a 4-4. It doesn't have to be super powerful, but Kira Hudson does a great job of working this ball inside the block. You get a decent pass here, but nice push by Stuckey. She just takes a little bit off, goes thumb down with her contact hand. Great placement.
Bayless trying to power tip off the block. Vita Chichwa's there. Olivia Babcock out of the back row.
She didn't even have a great run-up approach to that. She just jumps mid-air where she is in her placement and still able to get a kill. It's crazy, Holly.
And if you're trying to defend Olivia Babcock, look at that sharp angle. You have to have your hands over the net quick and fast, or she will make you pay that time beating the block and the angle.
She had 9 kills in the first set. Since then, though, has been hitting in the negative, trying to pull out of that. Maston with the hand set to Babcock. Babcock take 2, and a net violation on Florida gives the point to Pitt.
Dan Fisher did not like that double contact over the net by Florida. You're allowed to double contact if you're setting the ball, but it cannot go over the net. Dan Fisher talking to the referee about that.
Brooke Mosier, the transfer from Illinois, taking over the setting duties for this Pitt team. And we asked her, you know, what are some of the differences in the program, the expectations? And she said, I know Dan Fisher, he wants consistency in everything, every single day.
You cannot take a play off. He is on you. He's a coach that's very focused on the details. So it's mentally and physically exhausting, but that's what he asks of you.
Brooke spent 4 seasons at Illinois, redshirted 1 of those seasons, was that main setter the last 2. Actually took some swings in 2022.
Great serve by Emily Canan. She forces Pittsburgh out of system, makes them easy to read, and they get a great block, Holly.
Jayla Gus is a fantastic defender in the front row in the middle, and that's the opportunity after the tough serve for her block to take over.
And great press by August.
Mosier trying to get Bree Kelly going. She knows what an important offensive weapon she is for Pitt, but you can't run it straight at the middle blocker. The middle blocker didn't even have to move laterally. You want to push that in the gap and make her move.
It's kind of a tight pass, tight set that led right into August's arms.
Bayless this time tooling the block of August.
Dan Fisher talking a lot to his first-year setter, number 17 in white, trying to get on the same page with what they want to see in the offense.
Baston with the dig. Mauritz. And August sends it too far. Earlier in this set, it was a 9-1 run that propelled Pitt ahead. Olivia Babcock behind the service line was key in that. Here's Marina Pizzell again. Right on top of Stuckey's head, nice pass. Stuckey takes the swing. Mosier to Mauritz. Blocked by Florida.
Good job by Jayla Gus, just sticking with that play. It was kind of a ping-ponging back and forth across the net. She stayed home, patient, good block setup.
So for the first time, we will see Florida bring in Taylor Parks, number 20 in the blue jersey. Last year, arrived early so that she could help as Alexis Stuckey was rehabbing in the setting position. But Ryan Tice said we have to get her on the floor for her serve and her defense. Babcock wants a touch. Doesn't get the call. That is something you can challenge, but it doesn't look like Dan Fisher will.
Ryan Tice also said Taylor Parks is the glue on this team. Great culture kid, comes in and works hard every play.
Now it's off hands. Anaya Matkin just took that swing for Florida. She's been inserted on the left pin. Mauritz trying to hit that with her left hand.
A lot of tight sets. There you go, you get a good set there. Jack the ball back to Olivia Babcock. Right, it was pretty congested over here in zone 4 for Pittsburgh. Everybody was condensed there. Olivia Babcock's kind of your outlet pass, if you will, in that moment. Really nice placement. Off the net, seen some pretty tight sets the last few rallies. Off the net there that allows her to go up and swing to her full capability. That's what you want from your hitters.
14 kills now for Babcock. 9 of those came in the first set. Matkin showing off her power. She spent a couple of seasons at Arkansas, was the member of the SEC All-Freshman team last year as a Razorback.
Anaya Matkin brings a spark and a big arm on the left side. They need some offense, especially on those long rallies. You want to finish the play, and Matkin has the answer on that last one.
Once again, playing to 25 points. This match tied at 1 set apiece. Best 3 out of 5. Both teams looking for their first win on the season. Jayla August into the net.
Last time in the second set, Florida went on that long scoring run with Jayla August on that back line. So Pittsburgh happy to get her off there.
And happy, too, that Olivia Babcock is going back to serve if you're Pitt.
A win-win.
9 points off of 14 serves today for Olivia Babcock. Mauritz on the outside. too wide.
It's a great job by Emily Canan, DS for Florida. She stuck right in there on what was probably a 60, 65 mile per hour serve from Olivia Babcock. Allowed Alexis Stuckey to get a setup and for them to hit out of it.
Florida is a program that is known for its littles, its defensive players in the back row. They always have talented littles. In flies Babcock through the block.
Alec Rock wants that one back. She's great placement, just wasn't fully pressed over in by the time that Babcock contacted it.
And that's the thing, you have to get your hands over the net or Babcock will sneak it inside of you with her quick arm swing.
So Pitt hits 20 points. That triggers an automatic timeout this weekend only. Want to let you know tonight's Sunday night baseball matchup, arguably the best rivalry in baseball. The Red Sox going for the 4-game sweep of the Yankees. And guys, Jeff Muir, our statistician, had this stat. Red Sox seeking their first 4-game road series sweep over the Yankees since 1939.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so coverage begins special time, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown.
It's a very long time ago.
Well, you guys, there's players that have good off seasons. There's players that have great off seasons. And then there's Olivia Babcock level of off seasons. This past off season, she became the first female athlete at Pitt to be nominated for an ESPY, to win the Honda Sport Award in volleyball, and was AVCA Player of the Year. And add on to that, she made Team USA Senior National Team. I mean, talk about the experience she gained from all of that. And there's one thing that I've noticed. She's experienced all these in the off season, and I've noticed a trend in her answers. They've just motivated her to level up, and I think that's pretty cool from an athlete that seems to have already reached a top tier level. She's still motivated to get better.
Dan Fisher likes to tell his athletes and his team, prove it. And Olivia Babcock responds to that kind of motivation.
I think it was really interesting and very cool that Dan Fisher attended all of those award ceremonies and shows with Olivia Babcock over the summer. He said jokingly and in jest, I think we spent too much time together. Yeah. We told the team when we got back from the ESPYs that we're not breaking up, but we've just decided to see other people for a while. Our relationship will continue. But that's a lot of together time and well-deserved because Olivia Babcock is a fantastic student athlete.
Yeah, in jest, of course. They're not actually for the record. I love, too, though, Dan had challenged her to watch one of the best players in the world in Paola Ganu, who is an Italian right side. And she actually got to play against her this summer, and that was something that was so cool because she had studied her game on film. Pitt needs 4 more points to take a 2-1 lead in this set. And a new face up at the net for Pitt right now is Abby Emch. The freshman out of Ohio has stepped in. Now, she's been a little banged up this preseason.
She's a middle blocker by trade, but they've got her set up on the right side. And why would you not? Get it!
Smart substitution, putting the long block of Emch on that right side. Out of system play, tight, and look at that well-formed block by Pitt.
But really nice job by Emch there because that ball was high and inside. She didn't overrun it and go too far outside. She stayed right in great placement and position.
Did not see her in the match on Friday, but what a start to her career here. Second going to Matt King. Blocked. Get it, Emch.
2 blocks in a row. 2 really good setups, Holly.
And this is something Dan Fisher's not afraid to do. There's no setter on the court. And he did it a lot last year, but right now I believe Izzy Maston will step in and set that ball in transition. But on the flip side, he gets the huge block of the 6'4" freshman, number 20, Emch.
Makes my hand sweat not seeing a setter on the floor, but it's working.
Sitting next to 2 setters. They have a lot of feelings about that. Goodness, Alec Roth.
Heavy arm off the head of Blair Bayless, the left side blocker of Pitt.
Similarly to what we saw in the first set, we wanted Florida to run the middle more often when they got a good pass. Here in the third set, I would say the same. Great job by Alec Roth getting on that slide fast, and I absolutely love the passion you see from her after.
Alec Roth is the emotional leader for Florida. Bri Kelly is usually that for Pitt, but she's been taken out of this match because they haven't been able to get her going.
I do think Pitt's passed better here in set 3, and I think that switching to Izzy Matston as a libero here in set 3 has made a difference for the Panthers.
I agree, but they haven't been able to get Bri Kelly going. We'll see if they can start that now.
A set point Pitt trying to take a 2-1 lead in this match. Roth in the middle. Rozier back on the floor. Bayless way off the net, swings into it. Second set point Pitt.
I appreciate the aggressiveness, but you're in a no-win situation in that moment. Just take some off of it, place the ball, allow yourself and your team to recycle and go for another chance.
Hey, to Bri Kelly.
That's a good sign for Pitt. Quick feed by Mosier to Bri Kelly in the gap.
A much better pass, much better serving from Pitt. Allows them to rebound here in set 3, 25-15. They lead the match 2-1. Pitt 1 set away from their first win of the season.
I got the energy that make you wanna move. I got the chemistry that puts you in the mood. You be dancing if you walk to my...
At Avocado, luxury isn't just comfort. It's consciousness. It's craftsmanship. It's choosing better. Inspired by the beauty of our planet, we design for the dreamers. Every stitch, thoughtfully placed to elevate your sleep. Crafted for the way you rest. Made with the finest natural and organic materials. Sustainably sourced, meticulously crafted. Because true luxury isn't just how it feels, it's how it's made. Discover our full line of luxury mattresses at avocadomattress.com.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
Super fly, super good, shoulda, coulda, knew I would. Super fly, super fresh. Ask your mama, she's impressed. Super fly, super cold, super mean, super nice, super clean. Yeah, you know it.
We welcome you to college football in the ACC.
Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
We are here, and we're going to see all these great people.
And we're ready to rock, guys.
Down the sideline, touchdown!
Man, that's what you dream of playing, is playing games like this.
ACC Network, your home for ACC football.
When my hair started thinning, I wanted to attack the problem head on. I chose Nutrafol because it was drug-free, and I didn't want the side effects. My thicker hair gave a huge boost to my social life, and I really feel the best I ever have.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men.
At Chomps, we create snacks for people who are hungry to get the most out of life, who only accept the highest quality. Because real life demands real ingredients. We make snacks that don't take shortcuts, with grass-fed and finished beef, 0 sugar, and up to 12 grams of protein. When life challenges you, take bigger bites. Chomps, take bigger bites. Learn more at chomps.com.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Pitt leads the match 2-1. Our friends at Bolt 6 showing us how serving is impacting these last few sets.
Every time we talk to a coach, they say, look, serving, getting teams in trouble, it's crucial. For Florida, they served in 73% of the time, kind of mixing up the areas where they're attacking. For Pitt, they went a lot of area one, the right back corner. You'll see the serve percentage, 92% in, and they were able to score a lot more points with their defense.
Serve's been massive in this match. In set 2, you saw Florida essentially serve Pittsburgh off the court and win set 2. You saw the reverse in set 3. Pittsburgh got on it. They were aggressive from the service line, really kind of took Florida and their offense out of their rhythm. It'll be curious to see what we see here in set 4.
And Olivia Babcock with her serve was helping spark. She has all 3 of Pitt's aces. Pitt needs to win this set, and they win their first match of the season. A Florida win here, and we will play 5.
Holly's been calling for it. For Pittsburgh, you've got Bree Kelly in the front row in that middle position. If you're Brooke Mosier, can you get her going early here in set 4?
Is going to get going in the middle for Florida.
Missed opportunity for Pitt on that short ball, digging it over, and Alec Roth with the easy kill on the open net.
That gives her 8 kills in this match. She had 7 in the whole match on Friday. And a service error evens things up at 1. Marina Pizzell. Vidicic tips over the block.
Good awareness by Vidicic there. Kanan's back a little bit on the line behind the block. Just drops a well-placed tip right over top of the block.
We've been trying to work on that connection, her and Stuckey, during this match. Remember, has only been here about 2 weeks. Originally from Serbia. Mauritz. Hudson sets it over. Closer to the middle with Bree Kelly, trying to get it there. And there's Babcock. We told you she had 9 kills in the first set. Since then, she's hitting 0 and trying to get back to her flow as her mom, Katrina, watches on in the stands.
Florida has done a nice job keeping the ball off the floor, but this time, Olivia Babcock going deep to that corner away from the right back defender.
Mom loves it, as she should.
Soft touch just wide by Kira Hudson.
This is a rotation. It's tough for Kira Hudson because there's only 2 hitters in the front row. Alexis Stuckey is one of the attackers as the setter, and Jayla Auguste. So Florida needs to pass the ball well to stay in system.
Pretty set for as far out of system as they were. Howard said, down you go.
Florida has 3 littles in the back row, so they don't have that back row option. Bring in Jordan Bird into the back row to give them another option offensively. I like that substitution.
Hey, Pitt's block was ready for Jayla Auguste.
It's going to be interesting to see how Ryan Tice manages the Kira Hudson situation throughout the course of the season. We mentioned that she's had 2 shoulder surgeries. You can tell she's managing her contacts on that outside pin. She wants to play the long game and stay healthy for the course of the season, but you also need somebody who's terminal on the outside pin. She's such a strong ball control player. She's a great passer, defender, so you need her on the court. But we've already seen kind of a slew and a rotating door of outside hitters for Ryan Tice so far this afternoon. It'll be curious to watch that position moving forward.
Yeah, just 3 appearances for Kira Hudson over the last 2 seasons because of having to have a couple of shoulder surgeries, not just 1. Oh, that looked nice.
Alexis Stuckey able to zip that ball, put some pace on it to Jayla Auguste, who's got the athleticism to explode and get on top of that ball through the seam for Florida.
That ends a 5-0 run for Pitt.
Pretty set out of system by Brooke Mosier there. She was well behind the 10-foot line. She kept the tempo and pace out to Mauritz. Nice connection there.
I've been watching Fisher, and he's been in constant communication with Brooke Mosier, and I want to note the way that she's responding to him when he's talking. Good eye contact, verbal acknowledgement, and complete focus on him, which you really like to see from the leader of the offense.
And Mads, that's something that Dan Fisher told us yesterday. On Friday's match, they learned they weren't looking at each other enough. She wasn't looking over to the bench enough to talk through things with Dan Fisher.
I tried to avoid eye contact with the head coach every now and then.
Well, if you watch Dan Fisher and his entire huddle, all players eyes on him, and I think he demands that of them. You would not have lasted long, Katie George.
No. I hear you. Just because I'm not looking doesn't mean I'm not listening.
Does it, though?
No, it's very important.
Babcock blocked by Jordan Bird.
Back-to-back plays for Jordan Bird, number 14 in blue for Florida. Had a really nice angle kill, and this time shuts down the line swing from Olivia Babcock.
Those are huge momentum plays when you get a massive block like that.
She's got 2 blocks now today to go along with 11 kills offensively. Service error makes it 8-5 Pitt. Remember, a Pitt win in this set and they win the match. Florida's got to win here to force a 5th set. Dagmar Maurits from the Netherlands stepping back, and what a solid start to her career as a true freshman. She's had 7 kills today, 9 digs. Bayless into the Florida block. Maston will bump set her again. Oh, and Stuckey and Alec Roth got tripped up.
Both are laughing. That's good.
Good sign.
No injuries. Alec Roth trying to get off the net in transition, and Alexis Stuckey, the setter, tripped over her.
You see her readjusting that knee brace. It was 2 years ago in September that Alexis Stuckey went down with a knee injury in a match against Wisconsin. Missed the rest of that season and then missed the start of last season. Was able to come back, returned on September 20th of last year, made 17 appearances.
Talks to the trainer. Looked like she went down with that knee that's recovering.
And we talked to her yesterday at practice. She said she was feeling so much more comfortable. She was loving setting these hitters and talking about how hard they were working for her. And was really positive about the communication that she's getting from the team, and that's critical. That looks pretty good to Jordan Bird.
There you see the tempo between Stuckey and Bird. They found their rhythm. We've seen them kind of missing, but that time, nice rhythm and tempo to Bird on the left pin.
And now Stuckey back to serve. Short serve. Vidicic.
I like that set to Vidicic on the right, who struggled early. It was higher, wider, allowed her to wipe it high off the hands. You see both hitters pulled into the middle of the court. Good decision to go back by Stuckey, and that gave Vidicic more room to work high off the outside hand.
Babcock out of the back row.
Beautiful pass by Maurits there to put the ball right on top of Brooke Mosier's head, so she could have gone any direction she wanted. But why would you go any direction you want when you've got Olivia Babcock coming up on a big out of middle back? What a fantastic set and swing. Here you have it again. Look at the elevation to go inside the block. Wrist away. Great job by Olivia Babcock. Pitt's got a 10-7 lead in set 4.
Super fly, super good, shoulda, coulda, knew I would. Super fly, super fresh, ask your mama, she's impressed. Super fly, super calm, super mean, super nice, super clean, yeah, you know what.
Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
car that doesn't offer this kind of welcome is a car that stops short of amazing. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get offers on select models.
Welcome to the American Volleyball Coaches Association, where champions are made. Join a community of more than 10,000 volleyball coaches from all levels of the sport and take part in premier events like the AVCA Convention, which is held each December. Elevate your game by becoming a member of the AVCA.
Olivia Babcock carrying the load for this Pitt team. She's got 50% of their kills. Not a surprise. She's their star player. Just had a monster swing coming out of the back row as Pitt leads this third set 10-7, or fourth set. Win here and they win the match. Dockmar's going to step in to set Bayless. No setter on the floor for Pitt. We've seen them do this earlier today, too.
Well done by Alexis Stuckey. Looked like she could go to any of her hitters and then just drops it right into the middle of the court, setting up all over.
Gotta love a good two-shoot.
That might be your favorite thing, Katie.
I love a two-shoot. I think it should be utilized more. It's not. It's underrated. So all setters listening, incorporate it more, please.
Speaking of setters, Pitt has brought theirs back on the floor. It's an ace for Florida.
Florida has had a lot of success going line to line against Pitt, both at Moritz and Bayless.
6 aces today for Florida. 5 of those came in the second set. Ella Vogel just picked up 1. Mosier goes with Babcock back row.
Really smart swing, going high and flat, not trying to drive that ball down. She saw the hands, and I like her court vision when she's in the back row. I feel like she really sees the gaps and seams.
And we're seeing her swing, too, from different positions along the back row.
Why not? When you have a weapon like Olivia Babcock, you should use her in all the different locations.
Trying to repeat as the National Player of the Year would be the first to do that since Catherine Plummer did it, 2017 and 18.
I'm surprised they called that ball dead just because she touched his monitor, grazed her monitor after she contacted the court of play.
The ball did not
did.
touch that. I thought she did.
No,
her hand touched that.
I think she thinks it was the ball.
He said, we're checking. When it was live, it looked like Babcock made the play and her hands hit his monitor.
If you've watched volleyball, you'll notice this is a little bit different. The R1 who is up on the stand is on the same side as the benches. Usually the R2, the person that's standing on the floor, is on that side, but they're trying a few different things this week. So Dan Fisher is talking to Christian Krzak, who is our R1.
Challenge being issued by Pittsburgh.
So this will be interesting because they blew the play dead, meaning that the ball was out. They're saying that it's out of bounds.
I think that has to be a replay.
Well, I mean, we know the ball. The question is because there was contact made with the official's tablet up on the stand. It's not whether the ball was in
Correct.
or out on the floor.
So she contacts the ball on her platform and then she touches the monitor after the fact. I think that should be a live ball that we continue to play through. The ball didn't touch the monitor. She makes contact clearly. And then her follow through a platform hits his monitor.
You would think the monitor is part of the official stand, and if a player had run into the stands after contacting the ball, we would have played on.
Correct.
This is new technology they're using to have the iPads or the tablets at each official.
Pretty athletic move by Olivia Babcock.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned that.
Yeah.
By the way, she has a double-double, too. 17 kills and 11 digs, and 3 aces.
Full stat line.
So the play was ruled dead after Olivia Babcock's hands hit the tablet attached to the R1 stand. She had already contacted the ball before her hands made contact with that stand. If they do anything, they would have to replay the point because they stopped play. We don't know the outcome.
Long review.
Yeah, this is taking a long time. Well, it's not an antenna touch. It's
there we go.
They're going to replay the point. Yeah.
Holly and I know our rule book.
We figured that out a lot quicker.
Yeah,
yes.
So the antenna was not touched. It was because it contacted the monitor, which is attached to the ref stand, but it was after Olivia Babcock had already contacted the ball. The ball did not hit the ref stand, so they're going to replay this point. And Pitt will get to keep its challenge. Go to the middle, and Pitt was waiting. Bree Kelly and Olivia Babcock.
I like the run by Alexis Stuckey and Alec Roth. Almost felt a little low. Her arm was crunched when she went to attack, and when you're going against a big block, you really want to allow your hitters to go up and hit it high.
Pitt knows exactly what Florida likes to do on that gap set to Roth.
Wind it up, Bree Kelly. Let it rip.
When we asked about tough serves, Dan Fisher said, I think Brooke Mosier hits a harder serve, and you can see the pace on that topspin serve, setting Bree Kelly up for the kill on the overpass.
A 3-0 run for Pitt. Here's Lily Hayes. Both teams using true freshman libero in this match. Jayla August out of the middle.
Free ball opportunity, and Florida runs their middle. Lily Hayes, and then Jayla August crossbody swing away from the block for Florida.
She's got 4 kills and 6 blocks today for Jayla August.
Hey, Bree Kelly out of the middle.
Called for it, Holly.
Really nice job there. You get a perfect pass. It's just a quick one set in tempo. Allow Bree Kelly to go up and hit either angle. She chooses wrist away, touches off the block. The more you can get the middles involved, the harder you are to defend as an offense.
Bree Kelly and Olivia Babcock, who are both in the front row right now for Pitt. They're on that National Player of the Year watch list.
Vidicic has had a much stronger middle of this match on the right side, and Stuckey and Vidicic are finding their rhythm, finding the location, which works well for her, and she's provided a big block for Florida on the right side.
Vidic had a nice match on Friday against Stanford. Had 10 kills, 5 blocks, 4 digs. Caston will set up Babcock. Gets a second swing. One-handed save by Mosier. Not touched. It's long. It's a point for Pitt.
Looks like that set's being pulled a little off the net, and August cannot get on top of it, and he's hitting it flat instead of down into the court.
Speaking of sets, I think Izzy Maston, who's in the blue libero jersey, back to serve now for Pittsburgh, has done a nice job on her second ball contacts in terms of setting up her pin hitters.
It's one of the most important skills on the court. If your team digs a ball and your setter can't get her hands on it, you want somebody to step in and set.
And they made that change and put her in the libero jersey to start set 3. It was Emery Dupes who got the start of this match at the libero position. You can change liberos in between sets.
You rarely see coaches do it.
Yeah.
This is the rotation. Alexis Stuckey in the front row, a stack on the left for Florida, and Jordan Bird, number 14, in the back row to give them a back row outlet offensively.
Lily Hayes sets it all the way across to Hudson. And Babcock's swing is long.
Point, Florida.
I know it was out of system, but on that Florida side, do you want to see Kiera Hudson do a little more with that ball?
Definitely, but I don't think she has the confidence in her shoulder to take a big rip on that, and that's why Bird was in there. But in that rotation, Florida needs to lock in on their pass. Much better location, Stuckey to August on that slide.
And when you put her up in a great location, it allows her to turn the ball line, go through the seam of the block like she did. Great hole there. Ryla Jones unable to close. Just a good find and placement by August.
Jayla August was an alternate for this year's U21 national team with USA Volleyball. Bird with the tip sends Pitt scrambling, and it'll be a free ball back to Florida. Using her toolkit.
I like the tip from Bird, and then I like the repeat set from Stuckey to go right back to Bird. It was a well-placed tip. Second send comes right back out, and Bird takes a nice rip. Just good job working the defense, mixing it up, keeping them on their toes.
And a 3-1 run has Florida within 1 of tying this set. The Gators have to win this set to extend the match. Bird tracking it down. Point, Florida.
I love that swing by Jordan Bird, 14 in blue, finding the deep corner. No defender back there, just tagging the line.
Bolt 6 confirming that is in. Florida a 7-3 run to tie this up for the second time in this set. Ryla Jones out of the middle.
That's the 16th set, 1-6 to the middle blockers for Pitt. That's not enough sets for the entire match. So getting them going in the set has been a good sign, but late in terms of the whole match.
Well, this is by far the most competitive set we've seen throughout the 4. Set 1 was competitive, but then tale of 2 different sets in sets 2 and 3. Very one-sided. It's nice to see them compete here in set 4.
Yeah, it was all Florida in set 2, all Pitt in set 3. And now we're tied for the 3rd time.
Jordan Bird has taken 46 swings for Florida. Big load on the left side for the transfer from Texas.
And for comparison, Olivia Babcock's taken 44 for Pitt. Calling on them a lot, and that serve is long. She has had a nice day from the service line, 3 aces.
I know, and it's a shame because most of those came in set 2 when they won that set, and then we've seen her error be high error since then. But when she gets on that serve, it's good things for Florida.
So Pitt going to sub in, Brooke Mosier's going to sub out, so no setter on the floor. So why do they do this, guys?
For a huge block, 6'4" Emsch, it's a defensive focus, and they want to score a point.
Ritz serving at Hayes. And a misconnection between Roth, who's been so good in the middle. Jordan Bird. Touched by Pitt, point Florida.
Nice job by Florida being able to side out quickly there. Imsh will return to the bench. Brooke Mosier comes back on to set this team.
Tied at 18, going to 25. Taylor Parks subbing in to get her serve in for Florida.
And Stuckey is off the court, so Taylor Parks will run the offense.
Parks made 30 appearances last year, led Florida in assists and service aces. She started the first 10 matches.
So the system doesn't change for Florida. They're still in a 5-1. They're just in a 5-1 with a different setter now.
Five attackers, one setter. Hayes bump sets Bird. 17 kills now for Jordan Bird. And Florida jumps ahead.
I will be curious to see if Ryan Tice employs a 6-2. So when Parks rotates around, does Stuckey come back in the backcourt? And so we keep 3 hitters up front the entire time. Is he looking for more offense or more defense from the block? I'm curious to see what he's going to do rotation-wise moving forward throughout the rest of this set.
Back row. Ryla Jones wants it. She'll take it.
How about Lily Hayes with that dig? Feisty defense in the backcourt for Florida.
So Mallory Meyer, serving specialist role right now for Pitt. She is in. Taylor Parks running the show for Florida. Oh my! And the little look afterwards from Jordan Bird.
Can we talk about the rhythm and connection? Taylor Parks to Jordan Bird, in tempo, fastball. Bird down the line with a beautiful kill.
Coming off her hand at 51.
And the first set of the match for her. That's got to be nerves coming into a match like that to set.
For sure, and it was great placement and location. And what I love about it is not that Brooke Mosier is small by any means, but at 6 foot, she's the smallest blocker in the front row for Pitt. They go right at her, and Jordan Bird capitalizes down the line.
Jordan Bird has scored the last 6 Florida points, 6 straight kills.
She's on a heater.
She is on a heater. Feed her. Florida up 20-19. They have to win this set to extend the match. Well, the 57th U.S. Open continues tomorrow on ESPN with 12 more hours of first-round coverage starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. ESPN2 coverage begins at 7 Eastern, and as always, you can also watch every point streaming live on the all-new ESPN app and ESPN Deportes starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. First year we started the U.S. Open on a Sunday. Katie's heading there tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
Katie's everywhere.
Everywhere. Hey, don't forget, coming up about 30 minutes after this match. You ready for the #1 team in the nation, ladies?
I am.
Nebraska Cornhuskers. Got a win over Pitt on Friday. Danny Busboom Kelly's first win as Nebraska's head coach. Also the 1,500th win in program history. No other program has reached that milestone.
Looked like Danny Busboom Kelly was breathing a little easier at Saturday's practice. Must feel nice to get that first win as a head coach, being back at your alma mater.
Yeah, and especially against who was her rival when she was at Louisville, Pitt. And speaking of Pitt, Madison, what was Pitt talking about in that last time out?
Coach Fisher said we can't expect ourselves to tip and win. He said we need to overpower them, be aggressive, get one right here. So he wants Pitt to come out really fast.
Pitt needs to get to 25 first, and this match is over.
I don't know how you felt as a player, but I remember as a team we used to say you can't tip your way out of this. You can't tip your way to a victory. You got to swing.
Pizzell taking a rip in the front row.
Florida in the net on the block and a touch. tipping and being tentative at the end of the match never pays off.
The race to 25 points. Mosier. Parks will set Kira Hudson through that pit block.
Florida has locked in, passing the ball well, and Taylor Parks really nice rhythm.
Babcock swing on the left side in this rotation. Dances along the tape and falls on the Florida side.
Looked like Kira Hudson was just trying to tip it in the block to recycle it, but her team wasn't there to pick it up.
Tied up for the 8th time here in set 4. Parks to August.
Taylor Parks is gutsy, firing that ball across the net to August, who's got a big window, jumps high. I like that gutsy set by Parks at a crucial time.
Parks rotates out, Alexis Stuckey subs right back in for her, so now Stuckey is live, an offensive threat as she's setting from the front row.
I talked about wanting to get Taylor Parks on the floor for her defense and her serve. They did that. She's a great setter too. Mauritz. Dug up by Vogel. Hudson goes and gets it. Babcock right side.
Babcock can hurt you in so many different ways. Watch her from the backcourt going deep to that corner. So tough to stop. She can also turn it sharp, so you have to honor that cross-court kill.
She's got 20 kills. It's the 7th time in her career she has had 20 or more kills in a match. Remember, the last time we saw her last season in the semifinal, 33 kills.
She's remarkable. Oh, beautiful.
Ryan Tice told us the middles were crucial if Florida wants to win a big match. This is a really beautiful feed from Stuckey to August.
Great pass, which allows Stuckey to have 3 options. 2 in the front, 1 in the back row. She goes to August behind. Great placement, which allows her to bang right through the seam.
Florida needs 2 points to extend the match. Babcock. Her 1,000th career kill.
Talk about flow state. Offensively, Olivia Babcock is there today.
21 kills today, 11 digs, 3 aces, 2 blocks. All right. And that serve brings up match point Pitt. Timeout, Florida.
Olivia Babcock is feeling it, and her team knows it. I mean, when she's on the back line, pretty tough to stop when she's just on fire and bombing away.
4 aces today. Remember, she had 71 aces last season. That was a Pitt single season record.
She had 12 in 1 match.
She did, yeah. Forgot about that. Pitt is a point away from its first win of the season.
With their best server, obviously, back behind the line. So if you're Florida right now, you just want to move your feet extremely well, body the ball, and get it up high so Alexis Stuckey can set anyone out of it.
And Pitt did make their blocking sub. So Abby Emsch is in the front row. No setter on the floor. Olivia Babcock will serve for the match. Mauritz into the tape.
That was almost best case scenario for Florida, that they just sent it over, so then you had to have somebody step in and set it because Mosier was out of the game.
And I thought it was going to be Izzy Maston, the libero for Pitt, stepping in and setting, but it was Marina Pizzell who stepped in and tried to set that ball.
Nice hands as well, but great block placement by Florida.
Jayla August. Powerful serve right at Maston. Stuckey goes to Bird, and it's set point Florida.
Nice job by Bird recognizing. I thought that set seemed a little bit low, so she didn't have a lot of room to work with it, so she just places a well-put tip right over the backs of the blockers.
So Pitt will use its lone timeout. They had a match point, and now Florida has a set point. A Florida win means we play a 5th set. Let's listen into the Florida huddle and Ryan Tice.
Hey, great job. I'd watch the back row attack at this point. Let's get a stop on one of those. If you're shuffling back, or no, you're not. You're shuffling back. Really get that left hand out there. She keeps coming this way. Yep, get that.
Ryan Tice reminding his blocker, Alec Roth, who's up there in the front row, to get her left hand over the neck quickly if Babcock's attacking from the right side of the court in the back row.
This has been the most competitive set of the match. Set point Florida. Madison, what was Pitt talking about?
It was defensive focused. Dan Fisher said, play it to someone. If you're going to get the ball up, play it to someone. Let's clean up our defense. Don't let the ball hit the ground. Plain and simple.
Drop it in, Jayla August. And Florida forces a 5th.
I thought Dan Fisher was turning around a challenge, but he was right on that line with a great vantage point to see that it clips well within the court of play.
Jayla August has put on a serving clinic today. You see the ace dance. It goes on.
Florida holds off a match point by Pitt. We are going to a 5th set here in Lincoln.
Welcome to the American Volleyball Coaches Association, where champions are made. Join a community of more than 10,000 volleyball coaches from all levels of the sport and take part in premier events like the AVCA Convention, which is held each December. Elevate your game by becoming a member of the AVCA.
Every year, the only goal that you have is winning the Super Bowl. If we don't win it, it's a failure.
All this pressure builds up.
No one's ever got 3. When you're winning, people look at you and are like, you're the villain. Cut the camera quick.
It's an emotional game.
Win or lose, this team will never be the same.
How about those trees?
Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Grayscale has been guiding investors on their crypto journey for over a decade. Invest in your share of the future.
At Chomps, we create snacks for people who are hungry to get the most out of life, who only accept the highest quality. Because real life demands real ingredients. We make snacks that don't take shortcuts, with grass-fed and finished beef, 0 sugar, and up to 12 grams of protein. When life challenges you, take bigger bites. Chomps, take bigger bites. Learn more at chomps.com.
Well, still to come. Number 1 Nebraska taking on number 6 Stanford. That's in about 30 minutes after this match concludes. We will have that epic battle between those two historic programs here on ESPN. But this crowd is in for a treat. We just had our best set of the match in the 4th set, and now we get to play a 5th set. Going to 15 points. Got to win by 2. Pittsburgh had a match point.
Florida's back was against the wall, and they responded, came up with some big plays. Florida Pitt better numbers in that fourth set, hit 378 compared to 283 for Pitt. So they've got some momentum on their side. They need to come out and strike early.
For both teams, with a lot of new pieces and young players incorporated onto these teams, what a good test and learning lesson for your groups moving forward for the rest of the season. This is great experience that everybody on the court's gaining.
Now, this whole weekend, great experience. The AVCA First Serve event started on Friday. Both of these teams played on Friday and lost. So both now are looking for their first win of the season, and it all comes down to this one set. Going to 15 points. They will not switch sides. Each team will get one timeout. And Pitt goes to Bree Kelly, the veteran, in the middle.
I love that. Bree Kelly is the emotional leader of this team to get her going. Really good sign for Pitt and a fantastic first contact.
Brooke Mosher. Stuckey on the move. Kira Hudson tips and finds the court.
Pitt a little tentative. Dan Fuscher puts a lot of emphasis on picking up that throwdown ball in the middle. He's not happy about that one.
No, he's not, and I think because it's been a trend, right? We're used to seeing Kira Hudson take some speed off, take some power off, throw balls, tip balls, so you should expect that as the Pitt defense.
Mosher just forcing it to Bree Kelly. It sends Florida scrambling. And Hudson continuing to tip. Mauritz, back row.
I believe that's the first set out of the back row to Mauritz, but good timing. Olivia Babcock, the defender, had been pulled into the middle of the court. So only one blocker in front of Mauritz.
Doesn't have quite the same pop as Olivia Babcock, but still gets the same result.
That's okay. There's not a description on the score sheet. They'll
No,
take
there's
it.
not. Correct. Wins and points. That's all we want.
No, Jayla Gus did a nice job of handling that.
Nice hang time, too, by Auguste on that slide.
I think she's got good court awareness and vision, and she's going around on that slide. She recognizes that Izzy Maston, the libero, is back a step or two, defending the line, so she just places a tip just outside of her reach.
She just picked up her fourth ace to end the last set and force a fifth set, so you know she's got that juice flowing. Solid dig by Lily Hayes. Babcock looking for the angle a bit too much.
The attack is wide. Point,
Right now, Florida defense doing a really nice job in good spots defensively to extend that rally and force an error.
Tipping.
I'd love to see the wing blockers pick up that ball instead of middle back, who's deeper into the court.
3-all going to 15. Izzy Maston took over the libero jersey in set 3 today. She's held on to it since.
No tipping in set 5. You got to swing, and that was an opportunity. She had the seam to attack. Olivia Babcock's a big defensive presence in front of her, but you got to go aggressive. High, flat off the hands tool. Something aggressive.
Third block of the day for Olivia Babcock. Stuckey running Auguste on the slide.
It's worked so often this afternoon. When they get a good pass, Alexis Stuckey puts up a nice placed ball, just high enough and outside that left side pin that allows Auguste to go around deep corner. Great shot, great connection between those two. I feel like the connection between those two has gotten better throughout the course of the afternoon.
Agreed, definitely. Oh, nasty serve from Taylor Parks. And Babcock wants a touch. She doesn't get the original call. Dan Fuscher will challenge this.
Pittsburgh.
So they'll look to see if there was a touch. There was no call. No touch called on the floor originally.
Index finger, Valagroff.
I don't see a touch.
Go back, can we please go back to the first view? Watch her right hand index finger. Ping!
Oh, I think it goes past it.
No, show this one. I want this angle.
No, it misses.
No, first finger! Index finger!
Hold on. I still don't see it.
Oh, man.
I thought our first angle and first view was the
Bolt
best.
6, let us know.
About to find out. These two are so competitive next to me.
I thought it hit Roth's right hand index finger, just at the tippy tip.
All right, let's take a poll. Raise your hand if you think there was no block touch. Anyone? Cool. Raise your hand if you think there was a block touch.
The original call, no touch on the floor. It was a point for Florida. And I mean, every point magnified because we're only playing to 15, unlike the first 4 sets when we went to 25.
Here it is.
They did not see a touch.
Oh,
The
I will
point
take
stands
that
with
to my
Florida.
grave. I thought it hit her first.
Katie George
index
was
finger.
flexing on
Dang
Courtney
it.
and I.
I stand corrected.
Taylor Parks. Maritz had to pass and got the swing. Riley Jones out of the middle. Stuckey goes middle, 2 with Roth. Babcock flying in. Oh, Stuckey thought she had won that joust. We play on. Jordan Bird with the block.
Heck of a rally.
Can we talk about Canan, number 7 in blue for Florida? Some fantastic digs in the backcourt, putting her body in harm's way to keep it off the floor.
These two teams have gotten better and better as this match has gone on.
Definitely.
Service error, but Florida still with a 1-point lead here in the 5th set. Winner take all.
This is the match we expected to see. We expected this to be highly competitive, back and forth, a lot of lead changes. We didn't necessarily see that in sets 2 and 3. I'm glad we finally got here.
Blocking sub again for Pitt as Abby Emch, number 20 in white, subs in. No setter on the floor with Babcock serving. Tipped over in diving Maston. Bird with a hard swing. Oh, Lily Hayes all over it.
Again, no setter for Pittsburgh on the floor.
Jordan Bird's on to something.
Nice job by Pittsburgh working through the fact that Mosier was on the bench, and so different people were having to step in, but a heck of a swing from Jordan Bird on the outside. Great set by Stuckey off of a fantastic dig from Hayes. Just keeping this play alive, but Stuckey was able to just thread the needle, get her in a one-on-one situation inside, bomb.
Mosier back on the floor to set for Pitt, and she goes to the player of the year. And Pitt will challenge this, looking to see if there was a touch on the ball.
Well, I'm going to sit this one out, so let Holly take it.
Looking forward to seeing the replay. I did not see a touch on the first swing live.
Once again, block point review. Let's see if we can got a piece of it on the way out.
Oh, yeah.
There's the touch.
Katie, that is a touch.
And here it is.
I still think there was a touch on the first play, but yes, I see her index finger moving even more so this time around. It's been a long match. This pizza next to me is starting to smell real good.
Yeah. They gave the point to Florida. Well, we just saw the touch on the monitor. Our up official is explaining something to Olivia Babcock. They can only speak to the captain on the floor.
They did not see what we saw.
So, yeah, they did not see what we saw then.
Welcome to the lowest of the low, ladies. Come down to the loser's world, where we're now 0 for 1, I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, that is a huge call. Now it's cutting it sharp.
You are 1-1, that's right. Thank you. Give me that victory. Maurits chops it cross court. I like that swing by the freshman from the Netherlands. Abby Emsch coming back in for the big block. No setter on the floor for Pitt, trying to score a point with the block.
And a tough connection there with Bird. Jordan Bird wanted it.
Alexis Stuckey makes the first contact out of right back. And then you've got Lily Hayes, who steps in and just puts up a nice high ball that allows Bird to go up and bang 57 miles per hour. Sometimes just getting that second contact from a libero or DS is nice because they just leave it high for you to go up and get it.
And Jordan Bird does just that.
Adding to her new career high of 21 kills.
Woo-wee.
And Olivia Babcock's got 22.
It doesn't matter. You know it's coming. Right. You know that they're going to go back row to Olivia Babcock when the opportunity presents itself. And still, she's able to get kill after kill after kill.
Olivia Babcock turned to her teammates and said, let's go. Trying to get them fired up.
Remember, Pitt had a match point in the fourth set and couldn't close it out. Vidicic.
Showing some power on the right side pin.
Florida needs 5 more points for its first win of the season.
Hitters stacked on the left for Pitt. Olivia Babcock obviously available in the back row.
Babcock will take it, dug by Stuckey. Pizzell got the touch. Pitt's within 2.
I like that swing by Pizzell. Keeps it flat and high, gets a piece of the block when she turns it an inside angle.
Take that. Graze the tape, get the point. Pitt's down 1.
Timely ace. Brooke Mosier's been bombing her serve all match long, but hasn't had a lot of success until now.
And Kiera Hudson wants that one back. She went to her knee a little bit too early and got caught high. She'll keep her feet here. Great pass.
Yeah, Stuckey didn't have to move. She can go behind her to Vidicic.
I love that from Kiera Hudson. You get aced, mental wherewithal, mental toughness to come right back on the second contact, stick that pass.
Emily Canan steps back. She has been incredible in the back row for Florida today. Flying all over the court. So is Olivia Babcock, 23 kills.
Mosier going to her hot hitter when it counts for Pittsburgh.
The reigning National Player of the Year. A double-double today, +4 aces, +3 blocks. And a couple of assists. Watch out, guys. Setters over here. It's going over. August left-handed tip. Huge dig by Lily Hayes to keep it going.
One-on-one situation, I pick Olivia Babcock any day.
And she ties it up at 11.
Watch this ball, one-on-one. Big block in front of her, but Olivia Babcock, too much to handle.
And I think Florida is going to challenge here. Yes, they will challenge and see if Pitt was in the net. Going to 15 points here in set number 5. Pitt had a match point in set 4, but Florida was able to rally and force a 5th.
Jordan's about to come up. Okay, take us home, baby. Take us home.
Fifth time we've been tied. The first time since it was 4-4 here in set number 5.
If you look at the offensive numbers, Florida's numbers are better offensively, hitting 333. Pitt only hitting 138, but Babcock's been taking some big swings successfully.
Yeah, she sprinted out of the gate in this match. Looking for a net touch on Pitt. There was no net called, and it was the hair. That does not count. It's okay if your hair is in the net.
You didn't even give me an opportunity to answer on that one to redeem myself.
I'm sorry. Next time. We got another match. It's coming over. Back up. And Pitt takes the lead. Florida's all over the place right now.
They certainly are, but they kept the ball off the floor, little cover play, and then Pitt's getting too many opportunities. Florida needs to turn digs into kills with a good transition opportunity.
It's a 3-0 run for Pitt. August building a wall.
Great block, but also tight set. That Olivia Babcock's got nowhere to go, no room to work with. They press over. There's only one place that ball's going, and it's straight down. Momentum, momentum, momentum.
And the freshman, Dagmar Maurits, with a kill. She's got 11 kills today.
And the entire Florida team leaning towards Babcock, so Mosier goes outside to Moritz. One-on-one situation, advantage Pitt.
Great decision by Mosier.
Pitt 2 points away from the win. Izzy Maston. Maurits down the line. Wide.
The attack is wide. Point Peters.
Moritz had a good look at that. Turns it down the line just wide.
Remember, you have to win by 2, going to 15. Canan again, just digging it. Jordan Bird. Florida has its first match point.
Nice defense there by Taylor Park. She was running forward, still makes a play outside her body, and then Alexis Stuckey was able to keep that ball in tempo, push it fast, so Jordan Bird could get up on top of it.
Defense has been the difference. Florida really picking up in good spots, making plays, and then the transition kill by Bird on the left side.
I think the littles for Florida have been really strong today, especially in set 4 and 5.
If they set the 3, watch for a tip, wing digger. Okay, grab a tip on the 3. She's got the go. 2 on Babcock. Let's get it. Okay?
You hear Ryan Tice, 2 blockers on Babcock. Look for the gap set, the 3 to the middle. In the wing diggers, the left back, right back have to pick up that tip in the middle.
He's leaving Stuckey to block the go by herself, most likely. The priority is blocking and getting 2 on Babcock, because that's most likely where the ball is going to go here. Just try to side out if you're Pitt.
Dan Fisher only had one conversation with one person, and that was with Brooke Mosher. I couldn't hear what it was, but I bet it was about who to set.
That was all Mosher could do to get it back to Babcock. It's Florida match point. The Gators have their first win of the season. And they do it over the number 3 team in the nation.
Florida gave themselves opportunities and were able to score in transition, keeping the ball off the floor. Strong defense. That was crucial for Florida.
And Ryan Tice told us getting Taylor Parks on the floor was important from her serving standpoint and from her defense. Right there, she's able to serve them out to win set 5. Made a couple key defensive plays, got them in system so that they could set Jordan Bird up. Jordan Bird is fantastic in sets 4 and 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan Bird finishing this match with a new career high 23 kills. We saw an amazing stat line from Olivia Babcock, the National Player of the Year, but it is Florida getting the win. Remember, Pitt had a match point in set 4 and didn't close it out. Florida made them pay.
And Pitt right there, they had to set the ball over. They didn't even get a swing off that dig, and Florida makes them pay with the aggressive swing on the left pin.
Jordan Bird, 23 kills, 3 blocks, 2 digs. And Florida gets its first win of the season. Ryan Tice gets his first win as Florida's head coach, and he's with Madison.
Coach, your first win as UF's head coach. How does that feel?
Happy for Mary.